Lulu. Lulu la 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 la. Woo! It's that fire. Mic check, mic check. Sound check. Red leather, red leather, red leather. Yup. Hey. Hey. Hold up. We're doing sound check. Welcome to the show. Doing some sound check. Guys, the show doesn't officially start for another minute. Got some new headphones. All right, sounds good. All right, so got a fun show today. The Dreaded Conservative Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're gonna let the chat build up. Oh, Timcast IRL just went live. Who cares about Timcast IRL? All right, so we're going to let some people get in here. We've got a fun show today. Fun show. And we're going to, so if you're watching, the VOD, if you're watching in the future, you guys can just go ahead and skip ahead, like 5 minutes while we let things populate. All right. But we got a fun show tonight. So, it's May. It's the end of May. It is the end of Mental Illness Awareness Month. I mean, Mental Health Awareness Month, guys. It's the end of Mental Health Awareness Month. I didn't make a mistake just now. I kind of did that on purpose. So, we're going to be, recognizing the end of Mental Health Awareness Month. And we've got a lot of things to cover. Another shooting, not one, but two, just shooting after shooting. And it's kind of ridiculous. It's getting kind of crazy. So I've got some solutions for us. I've got some radical solutions that will definitely work. And, so we're going to be talking about that, the Oklahoma and the Uvalde shooting. I know it's been a big story in the news all week. And, we got a little bit of new news developing. We'll check that out about it. Apparently, there's going to be an investigation into the police's response. So we'll look at that, not get too into depth on details because one thing, guys, these are very sensitive times. We've seen some people get their total lives destroyed. Not destroyed, but they've had their entire social media presence, PayPal, Venmo, flying, all these things shut down and taken from them just for speculating about conspiracy theories involving these type of events. So we're not gonna do much of that. We don't want to get shut down before we get started. So we're not gonna be Fed posting on ourselves. But we will be talking about the shootings. And then in the second segment, we've got Facebook news. There's a lot of little stories that I've been adding on my phone on Facebook that I wanted to just touch on last week and I totally forgot about. So we'll go over some kind of old news, but some interesting stories and some new just little Facebook news clips. We'll read through them, some interesting little stories. And then in the that's probably a new thing that I'll start doing is going through the quick stories in the second segment. We'll do quick news stories, and then we'll do our big second segment story, which is our Top Gun review, which is usually going to be like pop culture, stuff like that. So I saw Top Gun yesterday. We'll talk about Top Gun, and that will lead us perfectly into our third section, our theology section for this week. We're going to be going clear, guys. We're going OT. Is that it? Yeah, going OT. Show plan for this week. from my excellent employee show plan writer is looking clean, but I also got some stuff here and some stuff here. Just, I used to write raps like that. Now I write news clips and articles and things I have to talk about. So we'll definitely be talking about Scientology, guys. We're going clear. We are going OT, boys. I've got all the info you need on this piece of cardboard that I ripped off of a door lock. So that's the show. We got lots of stuff to talk about. I'm just waiting for, somebody to jump in chat. Broski Bear said, I saw Top Gun last Friday. Broski Bear, what's up? First person in chat. Lord Luca music dropped. Yeah, in chat. But that was from the preview. But what's up, Broski Bear? How you doing? All right. Everything sound good, Broski Bear? I'm going to play a song. We're going to play a little song to get started. I got a fun song from our boy Bryson this week instead of Tyson. Bryson and Tyson, the duo. But we got something from Bryson this week. I need to separate this, I think. No, we'll leave it like that. All right. Let's go. Let's play this song. We got Bryson. Kanye Was Right from Bryson. That's our opening song this week. Let's check it out. You guys hear me good? Broski Bear, how is your... Oh, and it's Memorial Day weekend, guys. Happy Memorial Weekend. So we got to kick this week off right. Yo, we're showing memorial to all the fallen soldiers who died protecting this nation and our culture and our history, and it's all getting destroyed. And it's so funny when I see a lot of these like Democrat politicians posting, "Oh, happy Memorial Day today." Like, you're trying to destroy everything that they died for protecting. You're trying to destroy everything that they built. So shut up. This is our holiday, not my holiday. This is our holiday. People who love America, people who love the people who defended America, and showing our memorial to the soldiers we lost, and also memorial to the soldiers who we didn't lose, who are the ones who went out and fought. And it's for the military, but even those who maybe aren't military, the ones in the fight, guys, the dogs in the fight. We got the dogs in the fight. Let's play this Bryson Gray. Kanye Was Right. Great song, guys. Let's get the show going. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. This video is crazy.
I got the devil at my feet. I'm not careful as I speak. I'm a rebel but discreet. As I wrestle with the beast, I don't backpedal in my speech. To the devil is defeat. As he listens to the messages they telling you on beats, it's all about money, cars, drugs, women. How long till we all want different labels? They push it. The children, they listen. You wonder why we packing the prisons. Kanye West said slavery is a choice. He was right, and they wait for the media to tell them what is right. What is it to gain the world if you lose eternal life? I got the devil at my feet. He's so careful when he speak, but he convincing as he tell you by the bezel with the peace. And all these Jezebels, they wait for you to help them to your suite. They get you drunk, they get you high, 'cause they work better when you weak. They blinding you with lust, it's hard to tell.
You sound like the kind of dude who has never been in a fight in his entire life. Oh, you don't know me very well.
Give you pleasure for the pressure until hell is what you seek, but
come and find out.
Pen is not what they'll rather hear on beats. They want the money, cars, drugs, women. How long till we all want different labels? They push it. They children, they listen and wonder why we packing the prisons. Kanye West said slavery is a choice. He was right, 'cause they wait for the media to tell them what is right. What is it to gain the world?
I don't shave above my
life.
Split for a reason.
They want the money, cars, drugs, women. How long till we all want different?
Welcome to the show, guys. Happy Memorial Day.
The children,
General Savage, bro. I need the Chronicle of Riddick eyes for losing 1,000 fights. But that was before That was when I was young, you know. I've won more than I've lost, but I've probably lost at least 1,000. What's this here? He's standing on a demon. He's standing on Satan, boys. Amazing. All right. Let's cut that off. So, what's up, General Savage? How you doing? I was trying to show you the scars above my eyes. There's multiple ones. Got some scars on my forehead, but yeah. I sound like the type of guy who's never been in a fight in his entire life. I wish I had never been in a fight in my entire life. That would be nice and peaceful. But yeah, you know, mess around and find out. Anyway, we got a great show today. What's up, Broski Bear? General Savage in the house. It's the end of mental illness month, guys. Is he standing on Obama? Yes, he was standing on Obama, the fallen messiah. Yes, Broski Bear. Facts. All right. So, it's the end of mental illness month. May is mental illness appreciation month. I'm just kidding. It's mental health awareness month. But it's really a misnomer because we all know they're not being aware of the mentally healthy people. They're being aware of the mentally ill people. And, you know, mental health awareness month, we had a lot of things happen. We had, you know, the recent news for the past week is the Uvalde shooting, Texas. Like, when I first heard about it, I heard 14 kids. What's up, Showfrags? Martin in the house. Warp. Broski Bear, most of the fights I was younger, were with blacks. Fags, bro. Actually, I've only fought a couple black guys. One of these scars on my eye is from a black guy. He drop kicked me in the face. I was drunk, and I was on a lot of stuff, and he pulled my legs out from under me, and then I got on my hands and knees and started to get up, and as soon as I started to get up, and he's a little guy, fast black guy, and he drop kicked me right in the face. It's the most blood I ever seen in my life. Because you bleed a lot from right here, and I was just gushing blood. I was covered in blood. I had adrenaline. I stood up and I ran and I jumped over the fence and left because everybody pulled him off of me after he drop kicked me in the face like a freaking football punt. But yeah, General Savage, what's good? You don't know me. I don't know how you judge how many fights somebody's been in by how they sound anyway. But, you know. Anyway, so, yeah, we had the Uvalde shooting, and what was I saying? I heard that it was like 14 kids, and then later it became 16, and then it was 18, and it just kept growing, and, you know, it's crazy. We're not going to have any, you know, moments of silence here. We're not going to do any of that stuff. I don't really I don't feel any like sadness or, you know, anything like that because it didn't happen to me. Now, I totally understand if it happened to you, why you would be sad about losing your child. I get that. But, you know, I didn't lose anybody, so I'm not going to sit here and, you know, pretend to be all, oh, we got to pour out our hearts and have a moment of silence and commemoration and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do all that mess. But what I will talk about is this shooter was crazy, y'all. And you notice it's not called a hate crime because he was brown and it was a bunch of white and brown kids in Uvalde. And it's like, that's not a hate crime. But if a white guy shoots black people, that's a hate crime. Aren't they both pretty hateful? In my book, both of them are hateful. No? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? If you're murdering kids, I think you're hateful. Either way, it doesn't matter. And, you know, this Ramos guy, we heard that that there was an armed guard at the school, and then there wasn't an armed guard. Then we heard that a guy ran into the building, and then we heard that that didn't happen. And whenever these things happen, there's a lot of speculation, and the news just, everybody wants to come out with a story. So, you know, I don't even really care all too much about the details of it. I just care about, you know, the solutions. We're talking about solutions, and what we see a lot of, and, you know, there's a clip of It is what up, what up, what up. Anchor baby on anchor baby crime. Right, right. Well, I don't know. A lot of them, yeah, they probably were anchor babies. But you know what I see a lot of, and we have clips of. I don't have it here, but there's a clip of Clinton after the Columbine. Was it Columbine shooting? Basically, after it happened, what he was saying was we need to learn to recognize the signs of this before it happens. And then there was a woman, and I don't know, I couldn't find the clip, but I was listening to it when this first happened, and I don't know if it was Kamala or that attorney general or who it was, but there was a woman saying the same thing. She's like, what we need to do is we need to learn to identify the patterns, and we need to learn to recognize these things before they happen. They didn't jump to the guns. Um, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, because he had two ARs. They did jump to the guns with the Buffalo shooting. They didn't jump to the we got to take the guns. They jumped to the white supremacy line. But then with this shooting, since it wasn't a white guy, they had to jump to the let's take the guns line. And it's almost like they time them perfectly right before. No, I'm sorry. I can't. I got to be careful. I got to be careful. But where's the roof? Where's the roof? It's on fire, bro. Um. So these things happen, and it's horrible when it happens. But this one, they're going to the guns, and what you notice is that all the press conferences, this whole line about we got to learn what they're gonna do before they do it. It's like they want precogs. I don't know if they've been watching Minority Report a little bit too much. Shout out Tom Cruise. Shout out Tom Cruise. Later in the show, we're going to touch on Top Gun and Scientology. Shout out Tom Cruise. I just tied that in. Look at that. Bomb. Yeah, I don't know if they're watching too much Minority Report, but they think they're going to have precogs. But really what it is they're attacking our First Amendment to get to our Second Amendment. So with social media and things like this, they can learn to identify the patterns through studying our social media. They can look at all our posts and stuff, and then they push the whole white supremacist narrative. So if you say any memes or make any jokes about this sort of thing or say the type of things that I say, then what happens is you become public enemy number one because they're targeting you through your social media. And guys, it's okay. I'm taking the bullet. I'll take the bullet for y'all. It's okay. I'll say this stuff. But that's what's going to happen. They're going to use these things to closely monitor, which they're already doing anyway. Like, it's just going to get more. It's going to get more open and become more apparent. They're just going to openly tell us now. The Ministry of Disinformation was shut down. The Biden administration was trying to set up, and everybody's like, this is super Orwellian. Enjoying the show. Hi, everyone. What's up, Lady Irma? Thank you for coming by. But everybody's saying this Ministry of Disinformation, Ministry of Truth, whatever the heck they were calling it, is Orwellian, and everybody was right. And so they had to shut down the Ministry of Disinformation before it even got started. But it's going to come, guys. That's why everybody was so mad about Elon Musk getting Twitter, is because they want to monitor everybody with the social media. They want to watch us. And eventually it'll be like the communists did. If you say the wrong thing to your neighbor, then your and also what I have wrote down here is encouraging snitch culture. It encourages snitch culture. Basically, they say, oh, if you know a person who says this, or this, everything that you're going to hear me saying on these shows, by the way, make sure you notify the authorities immediately, because these are signs that they may be a radical extremist preparing to do an assault. And it is what it is. And they're going to get neighbors to snitch on neighbors. Same thing the Nazis did. Same thing the commies did. Same thing all of them do when cultures degrade into mess. So, we already see it. I can't remember who the woman was who was talking about it, but there was a woman saying we've got to learn to recognize the signs and figure these things out before they happen, which sounds good. But yeah, sounds good, but it's never put into practice well. Just like communism. Sounds good, but it isn't good. Another thing I have wrote down is no Fed posting. So basically, this is a show I watch. If you guys watch the Knicks stream, Somebody called into Nick Stream and was throwing out all these crazy speculations. Now, I get it. Some of them may be valid. Some of them may be correct. But you guys, with this new modern SS, Ministry of Disinformation, the social media gods, the Silicon Valley, Facebook, all the lords of social media, you got to be careful with what you're saying because they will take your whole life. We've seen it happen to AJ just for speculating about Sandy Hook. So be careful. They don't want you asking questions about this stuff. The same thing happened with COVID. The same thing happened with what else? I got banned on Facebook for saying Kyle Rittenhouse was innocent when that first happened. And enjoying the show. Broski Bear. Hi, Lady Irma. All right. So you got to be careful with what you're speculating about. You know, there are bigger people, there are bigger fish who will hopefully see these things and put it out there, who, you know, have more, they're more financially able to fight the powers that be, and status and things like that. But you got to be careful going on these little small shows and throwing out all these things because they're crazy about this stuff. They do not want us asking questions about this. And that's how you know that it's something you should probably be asking questions about, guys. I can only do it so much on the show. You know, I can try to slip little things in there, but we can only do so much. So, also, so we got, as far as Uvalde, we got some new news from today. This is from BBC involving the police response. So we're going to read this. I haven't read this yet. TV. Uvalde, U.S. to review police response to Texas school shooting. So yeah, you know, we first heard that a Border Patrol agent ran into the building off the rip. But then the shooting went on for another like 90 minutes. And so now they're going to have to review this. Public anger is growing after it emerged that officers waited in the hallway as children trapped with the shooter made desperate 911 calls. So he's just in the room with them, taking his time, and just, oh man, that's horrible. In Uvalde, President Joe Biden met the victim families on Sunday. He also met survivors and first responders, and the cops are just chilling outside. They're going by the rule book. You know why they're going by the rule book, guys? And when I say going by the rule book, I mean being very overly cautious of what they do and the actions they take. You can't be a hero in the police force. Everybody said police are heroes. You can't be a hero in the police force because you know what happened last time somebody was a hero in the police force? He got 22 years in prison because a drug addict died. So they can't even shoot this guy until they know, well, we got to make sure we do everything right. We got to do. You can't just take this dude out because you might end up in prison for the rest of your life for shooting a brown person. How about that? How about maybe we shouldn't be like, I'm not Mr. Pro back the blue guy, guys. I've been arrested a lot of times. I've been to jail a lot of times, but I respect the police and I respect the job they do. And I know that we need them. I'm not some guy who's going to go out and say back the blue and wave the back the blue flag, because guess who's going to come take your guns? Guess who's going to come put you in a re-education camp? Guess who's going to come lock you in the gulag? The police. So I respect good cops. I don't like bad cops. I don't believe in the whole police brutality nonsense narrative that the black people, the ambulance chasers like Benjamin Crump and Jesse Jackson. I don't believe any of that crap. But I know there are bad cops, and I know there are good cops, and I know they're, well, not good, not even good cops. They're just cops who are just dudes doing their job, and they do it right to the best of their ability. But, you know, we've become so restrictive as a country towards the police. And so I don't know why anybody wants to be a cop these days. You're crazy, because you can't do anything. You can't run into the school and kill this shooter to save the children, because you might end up in prison for the rest of your life. Just know that. Just know that. That's why the cops sat in the hallway. And sorry, guys. The couple that then attended the Catholic Mass, whatever, guy, whatever. I don't want to hear about Biden. Is Biden going to get his communion privileges taken away for being pro murdering babies, just like Pelosi? We'll talk about that later, guys. Do something. The church protesters outside the church shouted, "Do something," as the president walked out. "We will," he answered. Yeah, he's, 2 words is probably critical mass without a teleprompter for Joe. Announcing its critical incident review on Sunday, the U.S. Department of Justice said the goal was to provide an independent account of law enforcement actions and responses that day and to identify lessons learned and best practices to help first responders prepare for and respond to active shooter events. How about run in there and kill him? How about that? Guys, I'm popping in the red. How's it sound? Am I bursting your eardrums? How's it sound, guys? The local police were chilling outside grilling hot dogs and eating potato salad while his shooter was inside. Facts, dude. It took like 90 minutes. And he was just in a room. He was just in one room. And they said what they were doing is staying in the hallway to keep him from going into other rooms. But go into the room. Like, if he's in one room, you got the whole rest of the school evacuated. You should try to stop loss as many casualties as possible in that room. What did he just go through everybody in the room and they just waited outside and let it out? Like, oh man. Exactly, JS. I'll never be a back the blue person for reasons you mentioned. Can never trust someone who's dressed like they're ready to invade Poland. Right. Yep. It's and I understand it was a radical response to BLM. With the whole Floyd thing. Speaking of the George Floyd thing, President Obama had some great words to say, some great words of wisdom from Barack Obama, one of the greatest presidents we've ever seen, second only to Joe Biden. I'm totally lying, guys. He was the most trash, garbage president in the history of America. Hey, last time this window was up real high, so I'm going to move it down a little bit. How's that look, guys? Is the top window of my face cam, it was like small when I rewatched the video last week. But yeah, Obama, the only thing that came from Obama was transgender restrooms and free phones for homeless people. Thank you, Obama. And I was homeless and I didn't even get a freaking Obama phone because they suck that bad. So wake up. Anyway, President Barack Obama isn't often accused of striking the wrong political chord, but it happened Wednesday when he linked George Floyd's murder to the Texas school massacre. The 46-year-old Floyd died 2 years ago. The 46-year-old fentanyl and heroin addict, criminal, resisting arrest, crying to his mama because he's claustrophobic and he needs to get taken out of the cop car and put on the ground. And then once he gets put on the ground, they call the ambulance, and the ambulance is on his way to help him because he's freaking out. And then he dies hours later at the hospital, and a cop gets 22 years in prison for that. Died 2 years ago Wednesday. Nope, we're not reading any of this. False rhetoric. Tuesday, anniversary that was largely overshadowed by the horrific... Dude, even this is written so freaking messed up. Look, an anniversary that was largely overshadowed by the horrific slaughter. Like, oh, how dare we overshadow the death of a dude who witnessed. Oh my Lord, it's so disgusting, the world we live in. It's freaking nuts. It's nuts, guys. As we grieve, this is what the fallen Messiah, the vice president, Big Mama Michelle was the actual president. As we grieve the children of Uvalde today, we should take time to recognize that 2 years have passed since the murder of George Floyd under the knee of a police officer. Mr. Obama tweeted, "His killing stays with us all to this day, especially those who loved him." Yeah, and especially all the businesses that were destroyed from it before they were already being destroyed because Obama. Yeah, they were already being destroyed because of COVID. And then they have to deal with riots. All these things done specifically, these mayors in these Democrat cities told the police not to respond just so that the city could be destroyed. It would raise property prices because these companies are already going bankrupt. The ones who had enough money to be able to stay, well, their property value just dropped because there's riots. All their glass just got broke. Now they have to fix that after they just had to renovate 28 times for COVID. And this was all just to destroy the property value. So these people lose all their financial stability. All these small businesses are destroyed. And then these big companies like BlackRock and Vanguard, who support the Democrats, can come in and buy up all the property and turn it into a communist utopia by 2030 for the Great Reset. Thank you, World Economic Forum. Anyway, Big Mama Michelle eats all the ribs and all the potato salad. Facts, broski. They're facts. We have evidence of this, guys. And it's actually Big Daddy Michelle. Big Mama Michelle is a misnomer. Because we all know Michelle Obama be a boy. Boy. We all know it. Come on now. Don't act like you don't know. So, yeah, basically, Barack Obama's an idiot. He put on Twitter, oh, we got to worry about George Floyd when 19 kids were just murdered. Awesome, Barack. Anyway, next. What's next on the list, guys? What's next on the list? We're burning through this stuff, yo. Let me bump out of this. Let me bump out of this. What else we got to talk about? I think that's, so I didn't even tell you my solution yet. So before we move on to the next section of the show, what time are we at? Oh, shoot, I'm not. Big Michael, facts. Yo, I haven't been recording for the clip show. Last week I recorded the whole stream, and so I could start making clips, small clips of like the best parts. And I forgot to hit record, so we haven't been recording. Dang. That's all right. We're only 30 minutes in. We'll be all right. But we're going to wrap up with a bow. Oh, we can't even wrap it up with a bow yet. We got more. Before I can go into my solution, we got one more. Got a little more to talk about. Hold up. So we got another one, boys. This is not technically a mass shooting. Well, it depends on what sort of criteria you're going off of, because they're all different. If we're going off the FBI's statistics, as long as 4 people are involved, that it is a mass shooting. So according to the FBI, this is a mass shooting. But according to the media and to the popular opinion, this is not a mass shooting because only 1 person died. 7 people were shot in Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said 1 person is dead and 7 others have gunshot wounds. The victims range ages from 9 to 56-year-old. So he shot a child too, which should be a hate crime. Sunday afternoon around 4. Shooting anybody is a hate crime unless it's in self-defense. Witnesses said, lucky to be alive right now. We heard all sorts of gunshots. Just west of Muskogee, a person began shooting at a Memorial Day weekend festival in Taft. Witnesses described the scene as chaos, confusion, and fear. Actually, one guy was over there laying on the floor. Then there's another lady over here not knowing the whole time she's shot in the head, Walton said. Dang. If you've ever watched somebody who's going through shock, who's been really hurt, really badly injured, and they're going through shock and they're dying, it's hard to watch, and it gives you you'll remember it forever. OSBI confirmed 1 person was killed and 7 others had gunshot wounds, including 2 juveniles. Victims' identities have been released. Let's listen to this little news report. So this is an Oklahoma shooting.
Well, just into our newsroom right now, a suspect has turned himself in after that deadly shooting at a Memorial Day celebration overnight in Taft. OSBI says that Skylar Buckner turned himself over to law
talking about
enforcement
Top Gun,
an hour
Derpy
ago.
Gaming. What's up?
Officials say that 1 person is dead, 7 others with gunshot wounds right now. The victims range in ages from 9 to 56 years old, and witnesses saying that they are just lucky to be alive.
We heard all type of gunshots.
Constant boom, boom, boom.
Boom!
Chaos, confusion, and fear.
I said boom,
That's how
boom,
witnesses
boom.
described the scene as someone began.
Hey. Yeah, so he black, guys. But that's not a school shooting. It's not really relevant. It's just another shooting. We're seeing countless shootings, just shooting after shooting. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. And the quick, easy, shallow argument is going to be because America has guns. General Savage, nothing like a white male in dreadlocks wearing a plaid shirt that has so many different levels of confusion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope I confuse you. I hope you hate me, because if the world doesn't hate me, then I'm doing something wrong. To me, that is a trans person. Ooh, good one, General Savage. Good one. So that was clever, General Beta. Hey, wait, hold up. Where's the soundboard? Oh, I don't have the soundboard up. Anyway, a plaid shirt. I know I'm not supposed to wear plaid. It's white boy summer. I look like a picnic table, right? Anyway, General Savage has like the most hardcore name, probably the most beta person you've ever met in your life. Facts, bro. Hey. All right. So my solution, guys. Here's the solution. I'm gonna take the radical opinion. Media be like, cancel all white males and journal facts, derpy gaming. Yeah, it's not just white males, it's men specifically, because we are made in the image, or yeah, we're made in the image of God. We are sons of God on earth. They hate us because they ain't us, basically. And that's why we see the degradation of society. That's why we see so many shootings. It's almost like ever since the Democrats decided to take all the fathers out of the homes and turn everybody into a bunch of beta males like General Savage, people started shooting people because, back in the day, everybody had guns. They had guns in the truck. They had guns on their hip. They had guns in the school. And nobody was getting shot. You know why? Because we didn't have the degradation of society. We didn't have a bunch of Satanists and a bunch of atheists and a bunch of dumb people running around here destroying society. They took the fathers out of the home. They made, the whole gay and trans stuff cool. The rainbow flag. Everybody's got to be a minority. Everybody's got to be marginalized, right? They pushed cultural Marxism on us. They turned us all into the marginalized. More. Yeah, General Savage voted for Biden, guys. So thank him for your gas prices. But sorry, General Savage. Hey, thank you for coming up in the chat, though. Thank you for watching the show. I hope you stick around. I will roast you, though. You can roast me, but I'm going to roast you back. Just know. So here's my solution, guys. I'm taking the radical solution. How do we fix all these gun shootings in schools specifically? Well, if you want to stop it in churches and gun-free zones, I'd recommend maybe get rid of the gun-free zones. This guy walking by, man. I'm trying to at least a very confused person. No, I'm a man, General Savage. Definitely a man. Definitely a man. You could find out, too. Could be California and ban the Bible from the entire state. Yeah. Yeah, California. We could turn into California. Here's the solution. Here's how you stop gun problems in schools. I see a lot of people saying, we need more armed guards. We need more metal detectors. We need locked doors and checkpoints. And we need all the security. And we need walls around the school. The same Democrats who didn't want to build a wall to protect our border, they're like, put walls and barbed wire around all the schools. Anyway, here's how we fix it. We get rid of the schools. No more schools. No more schools. No more public schools. No more private schools. No more schools. Now, I know that the rebuttal to this is going to be, but guys, if we get rid of all the schools, who's going to take care of the children? We're going to need a parent to take care of the children, and we can't afford it because everything is expensive. I get it. Hey, that's not true. I may be short, but I'm not beta. Oh, you beta. For sure. Anyway, so we get rid of the schools. Yes, I know. Our economy is set up for two-parent households. Basically, everything's so expensive. You need two parents to be working. That's why we have schools. And I understand that if schools get shut down, people are going to suffer. It's going to be hard. But sometimes you got to go through a little hardship to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. You got to suffer a little bit. And we're going to have to suffer because I am all for the vindication of the housewife. Now, there's a reason that our economy is a two-parent income, that you need two parents working to buy a house, to pay for the car, to take care of the children. And that's because we made the women work. If the women weren't working, yes, they're barefoot in the house. In my world, in my In my theocratic monarchy where I'm king, the women with children cannot work. If you don't have children and you're not married and you're a woman, you can go to work. I don't care. Go to work. Go to work. But really, if you didn't work, it would help our economy out because things would be cheaper. Inflation wouldn't go up so fast. And we're basically reducing the price of everything in half. And now the father can go to work and afford to pay for the bills, take care of the kids, and the mother can do one of the most important jobs in the whole world. There's really not that many important jobs, guys. There's like farming, hunting and gathering, and mothering. Those are the three important jobs. Everything else is what's the word I'm looking for? Everything else is fake. That's not the word I'm looking for. I was looking for a smarter word. But yes, I agree with you. You're very wise. Good job, lefty activist, with your 80 million votes. You chose those prices. yeah. Well, we know Biden definitely got lots of votes. He got almost he probably had 2,000 mules worth of votes, plus some dead people, plus some cats and dogs. Yo, Biden was the boss, dude. He was getting people to vote who never voted before. They didn't even exist. The American military made its deal with the devil a long time ago. Yeah, facts. Well, the military-industrial complex is a mess. You know, it's a mess. But yeah, so we get rid of the schools. Now mothers or fathers. And, you know, if you want to be a woke couple and you want to have the dad stay home and the mom go to work, I'm okay with that. But basically the law would be if you have children, only one parent can work. Now, this law is going to make everything cost less because people aren't going to have enough money to pay for it. And the companies still want to make money, so they're going to have to charge less for the products. And it's going to take 10 years. It's going to take a long time. And people are going to suffer, and we're going to have losses, and it's going to be bad. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We have the vindication of the housewife. We have mothers taking care of their children again. We have fathers sweating from their brow to provide for the mothers and the children again. And we don't have kids getting shot up. And everybody's got a gun at the front door. So nobody's going to come to your front door and try to hurt your child. They're not going to get the pleasure out of killing one kid and one mom and one dad. Hey, Lord Grimm sent $10. Yo, thank you. That's our first super chat. Thank you, Lord Grimm. Thank you. That's awesome. Lord Grimm is fire. We'll play some Lord Grimm music here in a bit, Lord Grimm. So yeah, they're not going to get the rush and the pleasure out of killing people in one house. There's a reason they go to schools. It's because there's a lot of helpless people, innocents. It's also the innocence. It's also a satanic thing. You know, this is pure wickedness in its purest form. It's the same as the abortionists killing millions of babies a year. It's the same as the Mayans sacrificing the babies to rob the sun god. People want to sick people. The farthest you can go into depravity and sickness and wickedness and evil is hurting children. And you know, the people who support abortion, they're on that plane. You get like a high from, I don't know this from experience, but from what I've read and from what we've seen from cultures historically throughout the world, they all fall into this blood ritualistic thing of self-service and destruction of the children. And you're very welcome, my brother. Thank you, man. I'm just sitting here with my champagne and my strong marijuana, my pit bulls, my shotgun, my cats, my parrots, frogs, a whole bunch of plants. I live a very strange life. I mean, you sound pretty based, other than the fact that you're coming in here to a show of somebody who's obviously a boss and calling me trans off the rip before you even listen to anything I have to say. Other than that, everything you just said there sounds pretty based. Champagne, kind of gay, you know. Get you some beer, get you some, no, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, champagne though, and maybe if you're at like a formal event or something, I see the champagne, but just chilling, drinking champagne on a Monday night, I don't know, General Savage. I don't know. Wine, I could see, but champagne, some bubbly? You rocking with the bubbly on a Monday? Pit bulls, shotgun, cool. I mean, pit bulls, you know, child maulers. You got a child mauler. You got some cats and some parrots. Birds are weird. I don't know why people own birds. Unless it's like an ancient macaw or something. Like some beautiful, gorgeous parrot that talks. Then I could get it. Frogs. whole bunch of plants. Plants are cool. I'm drinking whiskey and wine. See, that's a man for you, General Savage. He's drinking whiskey and wine. You hear that? He ain't drinking no champagne on a Monday night in his house alone. You can drink champagne at a nice get-together. A classy event. It is Memorial Day, so actually, I could see if you were drinking some champagne at a party or something. But yeah, so that's my solution, guys. We close the schools, we vindicate the housewife, we get mothers back taking care of their children. If you want to be a beta male and you want to, be the house dad while the mom goes out and provides for the family, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's really not fine. It's whack, but I understand. I get it. No, I don't. What am I talking about? Daniel Keene, what's up? I'm drinking straight diesel. Daniel Keene, you're familiar. I think you're from the Dragon Ball group. I'm drinking straight diesel. Oh, that's what's up. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're shutting down all the schools. No more school shootings. We're ending all the gun-free zones. No more church shootings. And guys, what is this crap anyway? Listen, if you're a Christian and you go to a Christian church and your church has a no gun sign, what are you doing in that church? What are you doing there? Jesus told us to sell our cloak and buy a sword. You know what the sword was back then? Back then in Jesus's day, a sword was very expensive. A sword was probably like $1,000 in today's money. Like people, might walk around with a club or a little shard of metal or a broken rock or something. Those were the weapons back then. If you had a sword, it means you invested money into it and you were like in a position of power if you were walking around with a sword on your hip. You know what the modern day sword is? It's called an AR-15. So sell your cloak and go buy yourself a gun. Because, and I've never even shot a gun in my life, guys. I'm a felon. I've been a felon since I was 17 years old. I've never shot a gun. I don't own a gun. I've never owned a gun. I never will own a gun. And I don't really care. But I definitely know the value of the Second Amendment. And I know the value of the First Amendment. And I know, as always, these shootings are going to be used, whether I'm not even going to speculate on that, but these shootings will be used politically to affect our First Amendment and affect our Second Amendment, potentially. And anybody who says it can't happen, it's not going to happen in America. No, you're wrong. You're wrong, because that's what everybody said. And our culture is seriously decaying. Our culture is decaying fast. As soon as you give into sexual depravity and you make it acceptable and normalize it, within 3 generations, your culture's gone, guys. We've seen this happen in Rome. We've seen this happen to the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Egyptians. All of them got into the nastiness, and they were dead. They were dead very quickly. So, we're going down the drain quick, and it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be hard for them to come door to door and take the guns. Don't think it can't happen, because as soon as you think it can't happen, they're going to show up to your house. And I promise you, a lot of these people that say, oh, over my dead body, I'll never give up my gun. Yeah, that's what everybody in Australia said. That's what everybody in New Zealand said. That's what everybody in Great Britain said. That's what everybody who's ever had a gun taken from them ever said the same thing. Over my dead body, they're not taking my gun. As soon as the SS shows up at your door, you are going to hand them your gun. I don't care. So, and I'm not everybody. I know there are some people that will put up a fight and they'll go out, but most people aren't going to want to die. They're not going to want to go to the gulag. They're just going to give up their gun. It's the simplest, least resistant strategy. So I'd almost encourage you to have some that nobody knows about if you have them. Just saying. In Utah, you don't have to have your weapon registered, actually. Again, I don't, I'm not like a gun nut. I've never shot a gun in my life. So, but I know things. I know laws. I know how to read. So that's pretty much it about the shooting stuff. I really am tired of this shooting stuff. I was tired of the abortion stuff. I was tired of the shooting stuff. We need something spicy. Hopefully it's not something horrible, but like I just want like China to launch a nuke at Taiwan or something so that we have something cool to talk about that isn't, well, that would be horrible too. I mean, regardless, it's all horrible, but at least it's like At least it's not some crazy person in America killing people, whether it be baby fetuses or children in schools or by feeding them chemicals after they're born, you know. So let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Let's listen to a song. I'm actually going to play a song and run to the restroom real fast. I'm drinking a lot of water. My throat's kind of scratchy. I've had a rough week, a little housekeeping. I keep saying housekeeping, and I got that from Fleckus Talk. So I'm going to show the props to Fleckus. You guys should watch Fleckus Talk podcast. It's a great show. When I say housekeeping, I got that from there. Let me read chat, and then we'll talk about the week. We'll play the next segment, and then we'll get into the second segment. Hey, you call me beta. I'm just saying I'm here on my own acreage. That's good. That's nice to have that you own some land. But General Savage, if you're so based, why would you just come in here just because I have dreads? Like, what? You thought I was like not based because I have dreads? Don't judge a book by its cover, bro. Honestly, you say I sound like I never got in a fight. Like off the rip, you were trying to come at me. I used to be a hardcore whiskey drinker. Too many years of putting the hammer down. I got to take it easy now. Facts. That's what's up. Okay, so that's why you're drinking the champagne. All right. Broski Bear said General Savage sitting in his mama's basement drinking shots of soy sauce and chasing them with Similac. What the? General Savage said, dude, it's straight savage, bro. I got my plans. My pit bulls are sleeping next to me. I like to walk around in the garden at night with a champagne glass and a good buzz on. Okay. That's chill. That's chill. You got a baby mauler. I get it. I live in agricultural land. Everybody, but I live in the place where people fight pit bulls all the time. They're basically, it's in the same country as yours, but it's a different country. Trust me. I live on agricultural land. Yeah, it sounds like English is your second language, by the way you're typing. Actually, it is a macaw. Yeah, macaws are beautiful. I like macaws. But like a parakeet or what's the ones that I had? A cockatiel. I had a parakeet and a cockatiel. They're whack, dude. But macaws, they're pretty sick. Giant large parents, owners of this property, used to be a grandfather. She imported tens of thousands of exotic birds, United States, from Honduras and whatnot. Where are you from, dude? Just say the country. You're not gonna get doxxed from saying what country you're in. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. All right, guys. So housekeeping. What happened this week? Oh, I freaking been working my butt off all week. I had Monday off last week to do the show last week, and then I worked every day since then, including today. So it's been a 7 day week of work. Helping my boss move because he rents his house, and the owner who he rents from decided to sell the house, probably to BlackRock or Vanguard. No, I don't know about that. I'm just joking, but just up from under him. Just said, hey, we're selling the house. You got 30 days to get out. A house where he's lived for years. So we had to like rush move, and it was rough, dude. There was so much stuff, just trip after trip after trip. 45-minute drive back and forth to his new place, and so I've been moving stuff all week long, 7-day week, no break. Usually I have Sundays off, taking off the Sabbath. But usually I have Sundays off, and I prep for the show on Sundays. But today I worked today. I got off pretty early. I got home by like 2, and I had 2 o'clock till now to prep for the show. So it's a little loosey goosey compared to normal. Usually I have a whole day beforehand to prep and get all my links ready and stuff like that. But we've just been working our butt off this week. Saw Top Gun. We're definitely going to talk about Top Gun in a second. That'll lead into our theology section with Scientology. But I'm going to play a song real quick, guys. Go to the restroom. Was there any other housekeeping? Nothing really. No. Nothing happened except working, moving all week. That was it. And seeing Top Gun. Whoa. All right, guys. Let me get a song playing. I'm going to go use the toilet. Just a number. I'll just be gone for like 30 seconds. Number one action. All right. This is Can't Cancel God from Tyson and Bryson. Awesome song. And I will be right back.
Now you can cancel me, but I guarantee you won't be canceling God. Hey Bryson, go ahead and tell him, man.
Dial him in on CNN, he might get crazy if I call him a faggot. I'll get back for life. We in the end times, okay, and alright. Let's get it started, they can't take the light. Spoiler alert, the devil won't win. I know he keep trying to get in again. Everybody make excuses to sin, so come into fuss, they succumb to the skin. Ooh, I can get canceled again, so I'll get canceled again and again and again and again and again. I'll even lose all of my friends, because really, man, it doesn't matter. Don't care about this life, I'm working forever. I'm hearing the rumors, I'm hearing the chatter, but my only job is serving the master and serving the king. You either worldly or godly, there's no such thing as in between. I'm not being mean, I love you so much that I tell you the truth, though I know it all seems like I'm attacking you. Really, I'm just looking out for you. I hope that you do the same. Turning from sin, that you will lose pleasure, but it's worth it when you see all that you've gained.
Yeah. God will not be mocked, God will not be stopped. You can cancel me, my dude, but you can't cancel God. Yeah. God will not be topped, God will not be swapped. You can cancel me, my dude, but you can't cancel God. Ay. God will not be mocked, God will not be stopped. You can cancel me, my dude, but you can't cancel God. Yeah. God will not be topped, God will not be swapped. You can cancel me, my dude, but you can't cancel God. Ay. You can't cancel God. Take a look at Lot. Sodom and Gomorrah, from the sky came down the rocks. You can't cancel him. Turn the fire up, cause I ain't pandering. He gave you his life, and then you turn around and slandering. You put him in a box, I put him at the top. He's the one and only God, I put him in his rightful spot. He's the CEO, you see me flow, and I don't wanna see ye vote for Sleepy Joe. This mega country, and I ain't never gon' bend, and I ain't never gon' break. And I don't care about a trend, and I ain't selling out to be fake. You can sell your soul, but I'ma tell my foe, I'ma get to heaven and I'm winning or sinning. America defending in a minute to win it, yeah. I will not be mocked, God will not be stopped. You can cancel me, my dude, but you can't cancel God. God will not be topped, God will not be swapped. You can cancel me, my
Do you know me from when I was younger? Are you somebody I know? I would hope that you're somebody that knows me from when I was younger, like, and I know you, that you would not come in here like a snake, and that you would just tell me what's up.
Are you feminine?
This is for General Savage.
Some things, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
something
think
like.
femininity,
Echo,
I think
come here.
femininity is beautiful, and anybody can be feminine.
You think a man is beautiful when he's feminine?
In certain ways.
No, a
General
feminine
Savage
man is a
taking
weak
over
man
the
because
chat.
He's a woman. He's a beta.
No, he's not, Jesse.
Yeah, he's a beta.
No, he's not.
He is a beta.
I can't
my
believe
dog.
I'm being bullied right now.
All these women out here looking for a strong man. Why you falling for the lie, man? I am gon' stand.
Dade County.
Dating women like your mama.
Oh wait, Dade County is, I'm thinking of Dade City. Dade County is down in Miami. I don't know nobody in Miami.
Go back to your father, get to living. Forget about the kissing, all the touching in the city. Forget about the women, all the lesson.
Who you kidding?
A man that has a temper ain't living a minute up. You can't be a tyrant while you answering the call to the PC culture. I ain't cowering to y'all. Real men speak up. What happened? You lose your balls, okay?
Huevos.
So number one, you need to always speak truth. Stay connected to your father.
Alright, we're just
Trust me,
listening
you
to
can
this one
never
verse.
lose. Rule number two.
Well, let's just focus on the one. Apart from God, there's nothing you can overcome. Don't be a beta.
You need to go back to the creator. Give you life to God because he made you. You got your mama's spirit.
To our boy, General Savage, down in Dade County.
You don't want to be a beta.
Beta. Broski Bear.
Back to the creator. You just need to give your life to God because he made you. You got your mama's spirit.
I'm 34, Broski Bear.
Where it's obvious that a woman
I'm
is
34, Broski Bear.
physical signs of that she is about to give.
All right. So next, we'll go into our YouTube news first.
Request an abortion if she was so certified. She's dilating.
We'll go into our YouTube news first. All right. Dade County. Sorry, General Savage. I thought you meant Dade City. I'm from Pasco County. Well, when I was young, I was in Tampa and other places, and then we ended up settling in Pasco, which is right outside of Hillsboro near Tampa. Lando Lakes, Florida. But you said Dade County. I thought you meant Dade, or I thought you said Dade. I was thinking of Dade City. Dade County is Miami down south, so nah, you probably don't know me. But anyway, let's move on. So next we're gonna take a look at some stories. First, we'll look at some news stories from this week. Okay, I've got 10 years on you. Oh, you're 44? You're in your 40s? A lot of the lords and ladies. Where are the lords and ladies in the chat? Oh, Lord Grim was up in here. Where's everybody else at? It's Memorial Day, so I figured we'd probably have a slow chat today. A lot of people are doing stuff with their families, on vacation, things like that. So yeah, coming at Rimcast off the bat. Rimcast. Oh, oh, you must have been watching. I wonder if General Savage ain't that person, are they? Yeah, so it'll probably be a slow show today. Just chilling, but we'll look at some Facebook news that I meant to touch on last week, and also some new Facebook stuff. Just little clips that throughout the week that are little things I saved. I don't want people to be able to see my thing. All right, so here's what we got. We'll talk about Top Gun in a second. Oh, and then that one's an interesting one. But news for this week: Ray Liotta died. Ray Liotta, he did. Rest in peace, Ray. Goodfellas, epic movie. Casino, all the old mafia movies. Hey, what's up? What's up, Hunter? Happy Memorial Day to you as well. So yeah, Ray Liotta, he did. Unfortunately, he was Field of Dreams, Goodfellas, dude. Ray Liotta was a boss. Great actor. Great actor. I don't know anything about his personal life or anything, but he seemed, chill guy. Chill guy. Died in his sleep. Probably vaccinated, I would guess. Probably had something to do with like lung issues while he was sleeping. In the Dominican Republic, what are you doing over there, Ray? What's Ray doing over in Dominica? But yeah, so that's Ray. Then we got Laverne Cox Barbie doll hooking us up. Hey, General Savage, this one's for you, since you said I was probably trans because I have dreadlocks. Speaking of that, Samson had dreadlocks. Men of Nazarene are not supposed to let a razor touch their head. And Samson was the strongest man in history, according to my favorite historical text. And he had 7 dreadlocks that he let a woman cut off, so he lost all his strength. Typical running trope throughout the bibliotech is men fall to the women, basically. Seems to be a running theme, but he smoked and drank booze like water. Ray Liotta, he was filming a movie in Dominican Republic. What movie was it? Should we go back and read more? These are just quick little stories. But hey, Laverne Cox is honored by Mattel with her own Barbie doll. Fun story. Laverne Cox got the cock. Oh, the irony. Do you think Laverne Cox picked that last name? This is the first transgender Barbie. Now, honestly, I've seen naked Barbies before, and I didn't know any of them had a gender because Ken and Barbie both have the same bottom piece. They're like torso section. Actually, Barbies had like little undies. But I ain't never seen no Ken doll with a dang ding-a-ling. And I ain't never seen no Barbie with the no-no. So, but we got our first transgender Barbie. Award-winning actress and LGBT activist. Hey, guys, and I want you guys to know, guys, everybody, I hope the world hates me if, like I said earlier, if the world doesn't hate like a man Cox. If the world doesn't hate me, I'm doing something wrong. So, I'll take the shots. I'll take the misogynist and the transphobic and the racist and the homophobic and the xenophobic and all these other words, which are all just stupid words, but that don't mean anything. They're just used by, the marginalized Marxist, culturally Marxist people to control other people. So I'll take those, and I don't care. But I don't hate gay people. I don't hate trans people. I don't hate baby killers. I don't hate school shooters. I don't hate black people. I don't hate brown people. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't hate the fake Christians. I don't hate the Mormons. I don't hate the Muslims, the Allahu Akbar folk. I don't hate none of them. But I do hate organizations like Black Lives Matter. Well, I don't even hate them. Well, it's an organization, so I guess. Well, I can't really hate an inanimate object, right? Or a idea, but the movements like the LGBTQIAAPP plus SMAP, low IQ, STD, HGTV. I don't like the movement that's pushing it on children. I don't like the BLM movements that, take in, what was it, 60, how much money did they take in? $90 million. And there's 60 million of it that's just disappeared. They did their tax thing recently, and like 60 million of it is unaccounted for. But Patrice Cullors got $3.2 million worth of 3 new houses. A lot of Democrat candidates got their campaigns funded, which used to be on the BLM website, but they had to take it down. And then after they took it down, Snopes and PolitiFact and all the fact checkers came in and said, that's not true. They never said that, but they did. It was on their website that all the money, which candidates was going to. And instead, they just said, all our money is going to Act Blue now. And guess what? Act Blue was not for the police. It was for the Democrats. So I don't like these big movements and these organizations that push this stuff on the world. I don't care if you're gay or trans. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that lifestyle. And I'm fine. But it doesn't, as long as you're not pushing it on me, I don't even want to know about it. Honestly, and I promise you, if you're trans, I can almost always tell. Sometimes with the men to ladies, I can always tell a man to a lady. But the ladies who go to men, sometimes they're pretty convincing, because a girl could shave her head, and if she's not, well endowed in certain areas, if she shaves her head, she might just look like a feminine dude. In fact, most dudes kind of look like women these days. The history-making doll is $39.99. Mattel, where'd it go? The first ever transgender doll created by the company. Mattel unveiled the new doll as part of the Tribute Collection Barbie series. $40 for your own transgender Barbie, which Barbie never, ever, ever has had genitals, so they're all transgender Barbies. But this is the first black transgender Barbie. Just like we got oh my Lord. Oh, guys. Okay, I'm going to stop ranting on this. This is stupid. Anyway, we'll get to Top Gun. But this is actually a story from last week, and I feel like this is kind of important. I forgot to cover it last week. I had it saved, but this is kind of ridiculous. So, you guys remember the name? Oh, Lord. Do you guys remember the name or Jaden Hayden? Jaden Hayden. Anybody? Does that bring any bells? You guys remember this? You guys remember when governors and such like Cuomo and Gretchen Whitmer were putting putting young COVID people who had COVID into nursing homes with elderly people who were the highest at risk to dying of COVID? It's almost like they wanted to artificially drive the numbers up. But I'm not saying they did that. I'm just saying it's almost like something like that was happening. But remember when they were doing that? Remember this guy, Jaden Hayden? I didn't find the video because the video is extremely graphic. Oh, here's the video. I guess we got to watch the video, guys. That's an elderly man. And that's a young person who was put into a nursing home because of COVID. Relentlessly beating him. This goes on for a minute, 29 seconds, guys. Now, granted, Lil Jaden Hayden punches like a girl. This is like crazy, guys. Look, he stands him up. He positions him.
See this bitch ass nigga, you get on my dick. This bitch ass nigga. Fuck off my bed, nigga. Fuck off my bed.
I don't even want to keep. I don't want to keep playing that, guys. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. Welcome to the fifth ring of hell, guys. This guy, Jaden Hayden, was put into a nursing home because of COVID, and he just punched that guy. There was a count. It was like 68 times. But unfortunately, this was lost in the news at the time because there were a lot of things else going on, like, like the fentanyl addict dying at the hospital after the cops put him on the ground like he asked to be put on the ground. Like riots, like buildings being burnt down. Anyway, Jaden Hayden, this idiot, this freaking moron, charges were dropped against a man caught on a terrifying video 2 years ago viciously beating 75-year-old Army veteran in Detroit nursing home where they both lived. The shocking video showing Jaden Hayden pummeling Norman Bledsoe in a Westwood nursing center went viral. Bledsoe died weeks later. His death was not classified as a homicide. No, I'm sure it was classified as a COVID death. Charges were reportedly dropped because Hayden is mentally incompetent to stand trial. But he was competent to record a video of him beating an elderly man, punching like a little girl. This kid weighs probably 200 pounds. He's probably how old is he? Does it say his age? I'm sure he's like a 19-year-old, 200-pound tub of lard punching like a little girl. But he's punching a 75-year-old man 68 times. Of course, the old man's going to die 2 weeks later. Or die weeks later. And how do you think his last weeks on Earth were? He was probably had internal bleeding in his brain and all sorts of things. So, and it was not classified as a homicide. And charges were dropped against this freaking kid, guys. This is ridiculous. This is disgusting because he was mentally incompetent. So, back, loop around to the end of Mental Illness Recognition Month, Mental Illness Appreciation Month. We had, a mentally ill drug addict get killed by cops 2 years ago. We have mentally ill shooters, and we have Mental Illness Appreciation Month. And then we have this guy getting off for doing this. No charges, but he was mentally competent enough to record it and post it to TikTok. So he's mentally competent enough to download TikTok, to work a cell phone, to record a video, to post the video to TikTok. I'm a content creator, guys. It's not easy to do this stuff. Some retard can't just do it. I knew an autistic kid who was severely autistic, and he could barely work his cell phone. Like, he could watch a YouTube video, but he couldn't make a YouTube video. He wasn't posting on Facebook. He wasn't on TikTok. He wasn't on Tinder. He would watch YouTube videos and use calls and texts. That was about all he could do with his phone. He was mentally incompetent. This kid, this is disgusting, guys. He shouldn't be in jail, Hayden's father told Detroit's ABC television affiliate. So the system will let him down again. He will not be rehabilitated. So what happened to him? Is he in a mental asylum for the rest of his life? I hope so. Charges will drop. No, charges were dropped. So they didn't even put him in a mental illness place. They just dropped the charges. This is disgusting. This is, oh my gosh. What kind of world are we living in? And these people believe the courts that say that Chauvin gets 22 years? These people believe the courts that say OJ's innocent? These people believe the courts that dropped the charges from this kid. Via the 8 people that were watching this all just left. Okay, thanks, General Savage. But the ticker on the videos is never accurate, by the way. So, anyway, this was this should have actually been in the last show, but I totally forgot about it. But it's just disgusting. It's ridiculous. Really messed up. Also from last week that I forgot to talk about, at least 135 teachers' aides charged with child sex crimes this year alone. So just so far this year, 135 teachers' aides charged with child sex crimes. These are the teachers who are posting on TikTok about changing the kids' genders. These are the teachers who are telling the kids who they have sex with and all that crap. And these are the schools. These are the indoctrination centers that you're sending your kid for 30% of their waking hours of their childhood life, of their first 18 years, not even 18 years of life, because now you're going to put them in K2 and they're going to go to school until they're 30 years old. They're going to teach them they're going to have them in school longer and teach them less. And this is where you're sending your kids. So, if you're sending your kid to a public school, you hate your child. That's a fact. Stop it. I don't care if it's going to be financially hard. We're going to have to suffer, guys. You're going to have to live with a little less. Maybe you don't get the 6-bedroom house when you only have 3 kids and you and your wife. Maybe you have to, have 2 of the kids share a room, and you got to get the 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Maybe you can't each have a car and all your kids can't have brand new cars. Maybe, you got to have a family minivan and dad has the work car. Maybe, everybody can't have a cell phone. Maybe you can't, well, as far as food, that kind of sucks because you're going to have to buy the crappy food, which is trash, which is going to, also contribute to your destruction. So, maybe invest whatever little extra money you have into trying to eat more better. I don't know, but it's just sick. A lot of sick stuff. And then we got another crazy story. This is it's just a wild story. Teen died while digging hole with younger sister on New Jersey beach. So they were digging a hole in the sand on the beach. Did they both die? Teenage boy. Only the boy died. 17-year-old girl was stuck with her head above the sand. The 18-year-old died. 18-year-old and a 17-year-old, they must have dug a giant hole, guys. And I know how that goes because everybody likes digging holes. It's just fun. You've seen the movie Holes. And they're at the beach digging holes. And sorry to laugh, but this is kind of a funny. I mean, it's not funny. The kid died, but it's kind of it's so funny. They were digging a hole at the beach, and the hole caved in, and one of them passed away. That's it's sad, but it is what it is. All right, and that's all the Facebook news, guys. That's the Facebook news section. Now we're gonna talk about Top Gun. I saw Top Gun last night, guys. It was pretty good. Pretty good movie. I have a little article from Breitbart. Basically, what I read before I saw it was this article right here from Breitbart. And it was pretty accurate. It basically said, masculine pro-American Top Gun Maverick blast to 146 million opening, towers over woke flops. Like Doctor Strange, I would assume did horrible, super woke. There was also the one called Men, and it was about like evil men. It was a feminist horror movie as crap. And I'm not going to read all this, but basically Top Gun was awesome. It did amazing in the box office. Very nostalgic, just like the old movie. Starts off, I went to the danger zone. Very good movie. And, action. I didn't like, without giving any spoilers, the ending scene, like the final battle scene or the final, big scene felt a little rushed. There's one part, I don't want to do spoilers, but basically something impactful happens to the main character, and just like that, it gets resolved. Like, a little Deus Ex Machina happens, a little act of God, happens, and the problem is solved, and they're right back onto where they were at before the problem happened, and it kind of felt a little rushed. It was, if you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about at the end. But yeah, it was a good movie. No, no lesbian action, no transgender flight suits, no, there was no pregnant person on the crew. It was pretty just a normal base movie, and I won't even say it was based because it wasn't overtly based. They weren't trying to be based. They weren't trying to be woke. It was just a movie. It was a good movie. So, good movie. It did great in the box office. masculine, non-woke, American, pro-American movie. I like it. On Memorial Day weekend, great. Proud to see it. It was kind of weird because in the beginning, what's his name? Tom Cruise comes out and is like, I want to thank you all for watching my movie and helping me get richer. He didn't say that, but something like that. You know what I mean. And good movie. I don't have a lot wrote about it. Anything like that. I have a little sticky out here. Let me see if I have any articles regarding Top Gun. Nah, looks like segment 2 was just the Facebook news and then just talking about, my reaction to Top Gun. So what do I think? We got 10 likes. Everybody drop a like on the video if you're here and you haven't liked it yet. We got 4 people watching, 10 likes, good ratios. We got $10 super chat from Lord Grimm. We've seen Lady Ermin chat, Broski Bear. So good stuff, good stuff. Anything else on Top Gun? Great music. Casting was done well. Very nostalgic. They kind of did the whole... They did what Spider-Man did it well. Matrix 4 did it horribly. Top Gun did it well. Where there's callbacks to the old movie. But Matrix 4 did it horribly. Horribly. Where half of the runtime in the movie is literally just the exact same footage from the first movie. Instead of changing it a little bit or, incorporating it into the story better. Top Gun did it well. Little memory flashback scenes, nostalgic stuff. It was very much similar to the original Top Gun. I liked it a lot. Good movie. But this will lead us into our third section. How long have we been going? Hour and a half? Cool. Perfect. So this leads us into our third section, the theology section of the show. We're going to be talking about our boy, Tom Cruise, the leader of Scientology. Not really the leader, guys. He's not the leader, but he basically kind of might be kind of like the leader. He's one of the biggest guys in the organization. So we're going to be talking about Scientology, guys. We're going to go clear. We are going OT. Our Thetans are about to meet Xenu. We're about to go all the way in, guys. We're going deep. And the Scientologists are going to be coming at my head. I'm not supposed to be talking about this. Within a year of this show's runtime, every religion is going to want my head. I promise you. Good tea. Good tea. Vanilla caramel tea. We'll talk about the Scientology in a second. Let's bust out a song real quick. Let me get all my windows decent. Let me get all my windows looking good. Close this. Yeah. We'll do a song real quick. Lord Grimm dropped us $10, so let's listen to a Lord Grimm song. And I'm not sure exactly which ones I am safe to play without copyright strike, but I don't really care. Let's bump a Lord Grimm track. Videos. What's the most recent one? He's got Off. Lord Grimm dropping us $10. He's got Off premiering on the 4th at 1 p.m. Target Practice by Lord Grimm, Reminiscing, Scars. You in chat, Lord Grimm? Let me know what I'm which ones you produced and all that stuff. Mystery. Dang, you got a ton of songs, dude. I didn't even know it went down this far. Let's check this out.
Came out the sky like an angel with wings. All of the power within me I bring. All of the pest around me that I fling. Humble as hell, but they calling me king. Now when you say my name,
Lord Grimm, killing it.
like the same. I just be chillin' a lot with my bling. I just be feeling so hot, sun raising. Chillin' with Marvin, I'm marching up there.
Woo.
Same time I feel like a bat in a lair. Blessing these people, my presence is rare. I just be minding my business, they stare. No, all my
Yeah.
just smoke in the air. Got so much pain and I don't mind to share. Blow up on niggas, no, isn't that fair? Toast to my life, living up with no.
Lord Grimm with the $10 super chat. Hey, killing the game. All my shirts are too small for me, guys. I need to get new clothes. Nice.
Another night partying up until 3. You street and do poppy fucking crazy. Cannot escape it, that's just how it be. Cannot escape it, I'm from the DC. I like to live up my life like it's free. I'm just evolving my wisdom increase. I like her intellect and she a freak. I'ma keep smashing, she gonna feel me. Spiritual levels I've been through for this. Luminous power the way I exist. And who I am for a reason they pissed. I cannot help it, that's just who I am. Try to be humble, but still they throw fists. What do you want from me? I'm gonna live. I'm very confident, I will admit. Got many fucks, but not many to give.
Yeah. Lord Grimm killing it. Hey, my J's not on. All right. Let's play that. All right. Nice, Lord Grimm. Good song. Okay, guys, let's move on. We'll talk about the Scientology. We're about to go clear, y'all. You ready? I'm OT8 in this piece. You don't even know. You don't even know. So, first things first, we're going to go straight to the source itself, which, well, we don't have Dianetics. So, basically, a little background. This is my notes on Scientology. And this is all stuff I've already learned or known at other points, and I just, to remind myself. So the Thetan is the soul, which is immortal, and we all need to learn to access our Thetan so that we can use our powers. We have powers, guys. We all got different powers. We can do like what's it called? Oh man, what's the word? See, I'm not into this stuff. Astral projection. We can do astral projection where we like shoot our soul out to other places and we can observe people in other places. The men who stare at goats were into this stuff. The Nazis, they were trying to do this stuff too. The stuff that the Scientologists figured out the best way to do it, which is through auditing, which is basically a whole lot of expensive therapy. But if you're running a business that does a whole lot of expensive therapy, you have to worry about taxes, you have to worry about government restrictions and things like that. So, how do you fix that problem? I'll tell you how to fix that problem. You use what some people commonly refer to as separation of church and state. Now, separation of church and state is not a real thing. We don't have anything called separation of church and state. That's just from a letter that Thomas Jefferson was writing to somebody, and he used that word and they quoted it. But it's actually called the separation clause, which is in the First Amendment, which is basically freedom to practice religion. And separation clause has nothing to do with keeping religion out of government. It has nothing to do with keeping religion out of schools. What it has to do is keeping government out of religion. And in a lot of cases, I'm pro that separation clause, keeping government out of religion. So what I'm saying is, do I think that churches should have to pay taxes? No, I don't. Unfortunately, not all the churches are good. And so you're going to get a lot of people starting churches to avoid taxes and start organizations. And they quickly find out that if you're going to see the real money, if you really want to get rich, start a church. Because if you start a church and it gets big, you're going to make a lot of money, guys. It is a very lucrative thing to start a church, start a religion. That's why, that's why we have a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. That's why we have a lot of false prophets, is because the money is appealing. So it's kind of a bad thing that we have this separation clause. And also at the same time, it's a good thing. Because I don't think that a church should have to pay taxes to the government on its tithing if it's a decent church. But I also don't think that people should just be able to make up churches to avoid taxes. So it's a double-edged sword. But we're going to go straight to the source. I'm back. What's up, Chauffeur X? Hey, you celebrating Memorial Day even though you're in Argentina? I know y'all guys don't have Memorial Day over there. Or maybe it's a different day. But we're about to look into Scientology, Martin. So this is from Scientology.org. We're going to read it straight from the source first. And we're just going to read through some of their core tenets. I already mentioned auditing. Let me see. Any of this that I'll get to. More snitch culture in Scientology, like we were talking about earlier. It kind of ties in with the snitch culture, how they, the commies, the Nazis, even the religious zealots, they encourage snitch culture. They basically encourage you to tell on your neighbor. The same thing we saw during COVID, lockdowns, etc., etc. What are some of the core tenets of Scientology? Fundamental to Scientology. That must be the name of a book. Memorial Day. Martin's in Argentina. They don't got Memorial Day over there. Fundamental to Scientology is a view of man as a spiritual being. Fundamental to Scientology is a view of man as a spiritual being. That's written weird. In Scientology, the spiritual being is called the Thetan. The term is taken from the Greek letter theta for thought or life or the spirit. It is used to avoid confusion with previous concepts of the soul. The Thetan is important. Right. So, they specifically tell you in Scientology you're not supposed to mention words and ideas that go with other religions because it turns people off pretty much. So instead of saying heaven, hell, God, you say the universe. Use very terms that aren't spirit or aren't tied to religions, basically. So that's why it says to avoid confusion. What about the R? About what are which memorial? Don't know what you mean by that. The Thetan is immortal and has lived and will continue to live through countless lifetimes. So kind of a little bit of Buddhist, what's the word I'm looking for? The R word, where they come back over and over again. What's the word? One is a Thetan who has a mind and who occupies a body. The Thetan animates the body and uses the mind. So it's kind of like a soul. Also fundamental to Scientology is a view of life as compartmentalized into urges, drives, or impulses toward survival. A view of life as compartmentalized into urges toward survival. These are called the dynamics in number 8 in all. 8 dynamics. The first dynamic is the urge toward existence as oneself. Here we have individuality expressed fully. This could be called the self dynamic. The second dynamic is the urge towards existence as a sexual activity. This dynamic actually has 2 divisions. Second dynamic is the sexual act itself, and the second dynamic A is the sexual act itself, and the second dynamic B is the family unit, including the rearing of children. This can be called the sex dynamic. What is this? The third dynamic is the urge toward existence in groups of individuals. Existence in groups of individuals. Okay, so social identity. Any group or part of an entire class could be considered to be part of the third dynamic. The school, the society, the town, the nation are each part of the third dynamic. Yeah, this is basically people want to be included in groups. Power. Oh man, what am I trying to think of? It's called like process of power or something. Pursuit of power, maybe. Basically, you want to be in a group. You want to be successful. The fourth dynamic, and then the second one is basically your proclivity towards sex. You want to find a partner. So I'm seeing what they're getting at here. So you need to learn yourself, then you find a partner. You get in a group. Basically, very worldly sounding off the rip. Nothing about other than the first one. It's all about other. It's nothing about individuality, and like I would say, this is the only one that's important because once you understand yourself fully, you see how to help others through yourself, through helping yourself. The fourth dynamic is the urge toward existence as or of mankind, whereas one race would be considered a third dynamic. All races would be considered the fourth dynamic. Fifth dynamic, oh, and yeah, they're all about the animals, is urge towards existence of the animal kingdom. This includes all living things, whether vegetable or animal, the fish in the sea, the beasts of the field, the forest, grass, trees, flowers, or anything directly and intimately motivated by life. This can be called the animal dynamic. So, the sixth dynamic, okay, I don't really care about all these dynamics, but this is from Scientology, so this is what they're saying on their website. Pretty neat, interesting stuff. But some fun things about Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard, the creator of Scientology, has the Guinness World Record for the most fictional stories ever written. He's got like 600, probably 666 different fictional stories written. And I mean, this guy writes more fiction than Stephen King. But then he comes out with a religious book. He comes out with Dianetics, which I have not read Dianetics. I'd like to get it, and I will read it someday. But he came out with it as a new psychology, basically, a science. It was Scientology. And Scientology should not be confused with Christian scientists, because there are things called scientific Christians or Christian scientists, which is basically, back in the day, it was like all the scientists, you know. Used to be science and Christianity or Catholicism went hand in hand, because the Christians and the Catholics were funding most of the science advances and the research and all that stuff. So they went hand in hand. But nowadays, you know, if you're Christian, people automatically think that you don't believe in science or something, which is stupid. We actually, I believe that we have two genders, but apparently science changes. So, and apparently the scientists are wrong about a lot of stuff a lot of the time. But Scientology is not the same as Christian scientists. So Scientology is its own thing. It was started as like a therapy, a counseling thing. They do auditing, which is basically you just talk through your problems. But here's where they got people. So they started charging for these auditing sessions. Once they started charging, they became taxable. Now you're like a business. You're bringing in profit. So what they did is they changed it from Dianetics and a therapy to Scientology as a religion. They made it a church. They made it a religion. And when it became a religion, they don't have to pay taxes anymore. They're charging people $500 for 24 hours worth of auditing, which back then was a lot of money. And basically only the rich, the elites, the powerful could go in and do these auditing sessions and spend this money. You spend this money so you can move through the levels. You want to go clear, and then you want to go OT. And then there's different levels, and the highest level you could get is like level 8 OT, and it's cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to level 3 OT, and then they'll put you back, and you'll go up and down and up and down. And you know, I have a little clip. We've all probably seen the Joe Rogan interview. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it. But basically, L. Ron Hubbard wrote a lot of fictional books. The current base of operations is in Riverside, California. And, you know, they made money through the auditing, charging people. This guy wrote all these fiction books. Then he writes this Dianetics books. Then he makes a church. And church dodge taxes. Yep. So as they take in more money, they could build more churches. They spread out. We have a Scientology church here in Salt Lake City up on South Temple, a big one, a nice big building. But nobody's ever there. I've never seen a person other than a worker, like a construction worker, doing maintenance on the building. I've never seen anybody go in or out or be inside or be on the premises. Never. I don't know. So anyway, I don't think we have a really large Scientologist presence here in Salt Lake City. We got Mormons, though. But they had their 8 tenets. They switched to a religion. They started making money. And eventually, some things leaked to the public that L. Ron Hubbard was writing that the highest level you could get to, you find out something about the origins of humankind. And it sounds very similar to a sci-fi fantasy. We have Lord Xenu, who, me just saying his name right now, they're going to be coming after me. We got Xenu, who's an alien who came down and was throwing humans into volcanoes. And this made the Thetan come out of the volcano. And yeah, I don't know the whole story. It's, You know, it's something they keep very much on the hush hush. If you look into videos, if you YouTube for videos, you're only going to find 2 videos. And one is from, what's her name? One is from Joe Rogan's podcast with Leah Remini. And then the other one is for the Miscavige girl. Miscavige is the current head of the church is like David Miscavige. And his son has come out and said that the whole thing's a scam and that it's wicked and that they keep people there. They have this snitch culture. If anybody says anything bad about the religion, you're supposed to tell on them. They get demoted, which means they have to spend more money to go higher. If you run away, they'll send people out to capture you. All this craziness. And the son of the leader has talked about it as well as his daughter. She was on Sirius FM doing an interview, and she talked about Xenu. South Park talked about Xenu. And basically, it's crazy, dude. It's wild, but it's really just it's a cash grab scheme, similar to lots of religions. So we can look at, we can look a little bit at L. Ron Hubbard. This is just a Wikipedia of L. Ron Hubbard. I know everybody trashes Wikipedia, but honestly, guys, if you're just trying to find out about somebody, Wikipedia is not a horrible source. I know it's very left-leaning. I know most of the people who are writing this stuff are all very left-leaning, so you have to take everything with a grain of salt. But you can get a lot of information out of Wikipedia. So when people knock Wikipedia, most of those people won't even be able to read this page. So they're just saying that because you actually did a little bit of research, whereas they didn't do any research. So they're like, oh, you got something from Wikipedia. Anyway, Lafayette Ronald Hubbard, L. Ron Hubbard, let's call him L. Ron, was an American author of science fiction and fantasy stories, music producer, composer who founded the Church of Scientology in 1950. So it wasn't even that long ago, actually. I thought it was much longer than that. He wrote Dianetics, a pseudo-scientific ideas and practices regarding metaphysical relationship between the mind and body. It's just like therapy. It's glorified therapy that they turned into a religion. You sit there and talk. But here's the thing with the snitch culture and the auditing, all of the auditing sessions are recorded. So these famous people who have lots of money go in there and they pour their heart out. And they have to talk about all their childhood traumas. They have to talk, which I believe can definitely can lead to healing if you talk to somebody who's wise and you explain what you went through in life. It's often not very hard to break down why they have the problems that they have. It's usually pretty simple. It's not, it's deep, but it's also not deep. It usually comes from some sort of childhood trauma, 99% of the time. And so they go in there, they sit down, they talk about their whole life, all their childhood traumas, and it's all being recorded. And now, when they decide they don't want to keep spending money, they don't want to keep being in the church, these are very public figures. Tom Cruise, John Travolta, Leah Remini, other actresses, actors, political people, lots of famous people basically give them all this information. And, similar to how the Mormon church does with DNA records, they hold the DNA records, they hold on to that stuff. The Scientology church does the same thing with auditing sessions. So they look at these auditing sessions with huge reverence because now you have all of Tom Cruise's deepest, darkest secrets. And Top Gun's coming out. Hey, Tom, we're going to need a donation to the church. You're going to need to do 48 hours of auditing at level 6, OT, level 6, before you do the next Mission Impossible or Top Gun movie. And if you don't pay us and you don't do these sessions, we're going to let everybody know about that thing you did with your sister when you were 3 years old. Or 6 years. I'm just talking, guys. So I'm just joking. That's everything here is for entertainment purposes, by the way. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the show, guys. Just a little disclaimer. Everything in this show is for entertainment purposes only. I'm an idiot. I don't know anything about what I'm talking about anything related to anything. So this is all just fun and games. All right? Nobody's going to get hurt. I promise. But L. Ron Hubbard, Hubbard returned to the United States in 1975 and went into seclusion in the California desert after an unsuccessful attempt to take over the town of Clearwater, Florida. He tried to take over Clearwater In 1978, Hubbard was convicted of fraud after he was tried in absentia by France. In the same year, 11 high-ranking members of Scientology were indicted on 28 charges for their role in the church's Snow White program. Were indicted on 28 charges for their role in the church's Snow White program, a systematic program of espionage against the United States government. One of the indicted was Hubbard's wife, Mary Sue Hubbard, who was in charge of the program. Ron Hubbard was named an unindicted co-conspirator. Spent the remaining years of his life in seclusion in a luxury motorhome. He was van life, baby, living that van life. Attended to by a small group of officials. He died at the age of 74. Scientology leaders announced that his body had become an impediment to his work and that he had decided to drop his body. Hey, that's what I say too, and other people say, to continue his research on another plane of existence. Though many of Hubbard's autobiographical statements have been found to be fictitious, the Church of Scientology describes Hubbard in hagiographic terms and rejects any suggestion that its account of Hubbard's life is not historical fact. All right, so we're not going to read through all this stuff. We're going to just take a quick glance at this video. I know everybody watches Joe Rogan, and everybody's probably seen this already. We're just going to listen for a couple minutes, skip through it a little bit, not listening to the whole thing, but
you have to get invited. You
she
have
was
to get
involved
an invitation.
So you'd been Scientology for years. You'd spent a ton of money already.
Ton of money,
and you're
ton
like,
of. And by the way,
most
Scientologists don't even get to this.
Most.
She's talking about
right.
OT8.
Yeah, because you have to be wealthy to get
I'm
to
OT9.
this.
You don't have to be wealthy, but a lot of times what they do, the new scam is you got to go, you get to a level and then they go, we messed that up. You have to go back down at your expense.
Right.
You have to redo that part.
You were talking about that on your show.
He writes things and says he found it in a vault somewhere.
So now they're talking about David
and like we all believe it, baby. Honestly,
right.
we all
the new
believe
guy?
because we want to. OT5.
Ooh, you got close.
Yeah, I got close.
I'm OT9, baby. In this piece. Come on now.
I
met Zeno. Zeno, my homie.
So you to get put through the ring. So everything you've ever said is written down and videotaped. Okay.
Yep.
So they get your folders and they cull it.
So see, she's just basically elaborating on what I already said. You guys catch the joke in that? Okay, that's enough of that. Well, we do have one other thing I want to check out regarding Scientology. Even though it's from Jubilee, which is whack. So definitely using sources from all over the place, guys. We're using some Wikipedia. We use Fox. We use CNN. We use The Hill. We use Washington Compost. We use Wall Street Journal. Everything. The right, the left. We're trying to get a little bit of all of it. Just a mix in here. But Jubilee is crap. Objectively. Jubilee is like garbage. So we're going to watch a Jubilee clip and we're going to react to it. This is Christians and Scientology.
Out of it. Might there not be something,
certainly,
right, that your scientific beliefs can't explain?
Some deep drum music from the Congo. I don't care about introductions. He's a Buddhist minister. I thought this was Christianity versus Scientology.
And I'm a chemist.
He's Buddhist. He's a chemist.
I'm Jess. I'm 36.
She's a volcanologist. Yo, did she know Xenu? Because he threw homie and homegirl into the volcano. This girl knows. She knows. She rose from the ashes like a phoenix.
I'm Amy. I'm 53, and
She's a rabbi. Can scientists and religious leaders see eye to eye? No, this isn't even what I... This is not... This is wrong. This is scientists and religious leaders. This isn't what I thought it was. I thought this was Scientologists and Christians debating. See, when you YouTube... Oh, it's supposed to be Scientology versus Christian debate. I searched the wrong thing. My bad, guys. I spelled that horribly. Christian versus Scientologist. What does Scientology say? So I already watched this. This is a good video. A Christian perspective of Scientology. The boy! Hey! Hey, I watched this. This is good. Blair White. Hey, that's the homie. Blair White is the homie. I'm not like pro all these trans coming into the conservative movement. I don't really consider Blair White a conservative. But Blair White pretty based. You know, for a trans person. For a transformer. Blair White pretty based. Except for the whole gender dysphoria issue. Christian versus Scientologist. Let's check this out. 4 minutes. Clearwater Outreach. They're trying to take over Clearwater, guys. So these are the Scientologists.
And then if you like it and then you apply it in your life and you see that it's improving, then that's what makes you a Scientology. That's what it is. That's for you.
Okay.
Nobody of us is going to
study technology? What technology?
Yeah, like I mean the books and we have like the courses, like you take them and then you do them, and if you like it, then you apply them.
You take the courses, you read the books. If you like them, then you can apply it to
do
get
you
the
guys have a
audience.
God? Do you guys, what do you guys believe about God? What do you, afterlife, any of that?
I mean, we definitely believe.
She said, you come in, you take the courses and the books, learn about the technological stuff. And if you like it, then you can apply. So then you apply and then you start doing auditing, which you pay for the auditing. And basically you just build your hours, just like jujitsu or just like jujitsu, I guess. You get enough hours in, you get a new belt, kind of. And he said, so do you have a God or what's up with that?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And
they're not supposed to say.
No, that we have different things in life that are like, for example, family is very important for us because that's like,
family is very important. Okay.
Yeah, it's always
Family is very important.
And
Everybody says family is important.
You live to be better with yourself and also to improve other people.
Improve yourself.
Make them better also. Not just you. It's
Make other people better.
family, improve your everything.
So basic,
So
really
what do you guys
basic stuff.
determine, like, what's better, what's worse?
How do you have moral? What are your morals? Who determines your morals?
Well, you
Good
know
question.
something. If you want to find out more about Scientology, there is.
And she's just gonna pass them off, dude. It's the same thing. Oh my lord!
Right, like.
I don't want to always go too hard on the Mormons. I talk a lot about Mormons because I live in Utah.
All the way straight, there is.
But I don't like.
Information center.
I don't really care more about
books and like
the Mormon issue about or anything.
We have online.
I just bring them up a lot because I
They're
live
like
in
free,
Utah.
and then you just can take them.
But
all right.
they all do this cop out where the guys that come to your door, you ask them the tough questions and they have these like responses that they have written down and they can't really go deeper into it. They'll deflect and then they'll deflect and then they'll what's the thing I'm looking for? Deflect and divert or whatever, where they'll like shrug off the question basically and then move on to something different and you can't really get deep with them and they'll refer you to another elder. But you're the elder. Even though you're like 10 years younger than me, you're the elder. Why are you telling me I got to go talk to the other elder? Like, and the Scientologist, apparently the door girl, I don't know what OT she is. She probably like OT2. She probably barely went clear. Hey, yeah, we OT9 in this piece.
And I'm out here, passing those out and everything. I'm a Christian and everything. I want, love you guys, care about you, want nothing but the best for you. You've been real sweet and everything. Really
Facts,
appreciate
they're nice.
that.
Yeah. They're nice.
But
I'm
going around wanting people to know that we're all creating the image of God. We've all turned our backs on God on our own.
Isaiah 53:6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of all of us. Facts.
Way, and we all have guilt acquired because of that, and God, out of sheer love for humanity, sent his son.
1 John 4:8-9. God is love, and this was manifest the love of God towards us because God sent the wages of sin is death.
God's taken my
grace
heart
you're saved through faith, not of works, lest any man should boast.
No, I want to serve him, not to earn his
favor. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a
loves
new
me
creature.
so
Old things are
much,
passed
I
away.
want to
Behold,
live
all
for
things
him
have become new.
put
So
your
basically,
faith
he's
and
just
faith
going through
alone.
his. He's just giving her a little. Oh, wait! The big man come up. He's just giving her a little. What's the word I'm looking for? Not a testimony. Is it a testimony? Gospel. He's giving her a little gospel.
Right, makes sense.
I guess.
But the man came up. The man just came up. Hey, he's shutting this down.
Right, makes sense.
I guess. Hey, didn't keep going. What?
going.
You can keep
Go
going?
Stop harassing the staff.
Oh, no, she seemed real nice.
Look at this guy. Look at this Fed. Look at this Fed just walked up. Keep it going. Stop harassing her. So if a Christian tries to share the word of God with a Scientologist, you're harassing them because their Thetan doesn't like that. Xenu will throw you into a volcano instantly, my friend. Look at this Fed, bro. He got a wire on and everything. He got the shades on. He looked like Top Gun. I went through the danger zone. Scientology church.
Conversation. I don't think you're harassing. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's slander, bro.
What you call it? So.
Is it illegal to talk to
Look at this dweeb over in the corner too. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Just like.
Stop harassing the staff, please.
Stop harassing
How's
the
it
staff,
harassing?
please.
May I ask?
You sound like a little girl. Sound like the camera woman is a little girl. And this guy's being so peaceful. He's keeping 6 feet away so he can't even catch COVID from it. And then this Fed comes up out of nowhere, probably packing some heat. I don't know if Scientologists are with that. They probably like shoot lasers from their eyes or something.
To the church of Scientology.
Okay.
To try to talk to the staff that work here about other religion, which you already know that is not going to change. So
why is it not going to change?
God's sovereign. He can save anybody.
He's on a public sidewalk.
I didn't have
maybe not.
I didn't have a faith in Jesus Christ until He took my heart and gave me new one. That's hope for you.
You can have your own thing, and then we'll all keep going.
I respect this dude. This dude is not backing down. He's being polite, and he's like, honestly, you need to chill out, Fed. You need to chill out, op. Yo, hey, Satan is going to send the armies at us, boys. Hey, ain't going to be nothing nice, nothing polite, nothing pretty. Satan's building the armies, baby. And this guy looked like dang old Men in Black. Men in Black at the Scientologist church. That's Tom Cruise, guys. Tom Cruise is kicking this guy out.
Okay, if we're allowed to stay here, I think it'd be okay if we just stayed here.
Well, you're on a public sidewalk.
It's public property, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, if you're
I'm pretty
behind the sidewalk, I'm going to call the police.
Oh,
go ahead.
By all means. If I'm not talking, just sit back.
They're in Florida too.
If I actually am.
They're in Florida. They have their First Amendment right. They have their freedom of press.
Yeah.
They have the freedom to film in public. And guess what? Florida is a single-party consent state. Florida is a single-party consent state, so they could just stand there and wait for the cops to come, and the cops are going to say, nothing we can do, Mr. Scientologist. Maybe if you spent a little more time studying law instead of Scientology and, auditing and spending all your money on learning about your Thetan, you might know that people are allowed to stand on the public sidewalk and talk to people, and they're allowed to film. Look like the girl was hiding the camera. You don't even got to hide the camera. You could just have the camera right there. And if they say, you need to delete that, you can't have that. No, you're in public. You have no assumption of privacy or whatever. And it's a single party consent state, so I give consent. I don't really care if you give consent or not. If you don't want to be on camera, then get out of the public eye. You shouldn't be standing here by a public sidewalk if you're scared to be on a camera because there's cameras all around you. I'm sure that freaking Scientologist Fed guy probably had a camera in his glasses or something. 2 Corinthians 4:6, for God who commanded the light to shine out of darkness hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. Facts. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all we got for Scientology. I think that's all we got for all the talking points of the show. Oh, we got one more thing. I forgot to. Couple more little things. Well, we'll talk about those in the third section. I'm going to take another short break, guys, for the top of the hour and play another song. And then we will be right back. Let's go main cam. I got a couple of, the last section of the show, the last hour of the show is just chill time. We'll crack a brew, chill and relax. I've been working for 7 days straight, so, and I don't get a day off tomorrow. Once we're done with this move, I'll get probably maybe a day or two off, and then I can just chill, but I need a brew, so I'm going to go grab that. Let me find a good song to bump. And we went through all the news. I have 2 other small news stories. One of them's kind of funny. And then one of them is just an interesting thing that happened. But we'll just talk about that in the chill section of the show. For now, I'm going to take a quick break. I really need to make a be right back soon thing. We got 12 likes. Nice. Went up 2 likes. We got 4 concurrent viewers, guys. Super Chats is on. Feel free to send a super chat my way. None of this stuff is monetized. I'm not going to make any residuals off this or anything like that. This is all just, just for fun. This is, we got to get the word out there. We got to be soldiers of God. We got to get the right message out to the people. So, super chats are appreciated. Let me find something to play for you guys real quick while I run to the restroom. Canada bans the purchase of handguns. Oh, Tyson streamed an hour ago. Tyson was streaming while I was streaming. Huh. About Canada bans the purchase of handguns? Huh. What do we want to play? I'll have to watch that after this. I would have went into the live, but this is a good song. I would have went into the live, but I was doing my own live. So 1 hour left of the show, guys. Gonna take a top of the hour break, play this song real quick, and I will be back shortly from the break. Playing Bryson Gray. This is Elon Musk. This song is deep, deep, deep. Deep song. Listen to the words.
Scene 4 of Elon Musk. Take 4. Roll it.
In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
Hey Elon, I see that you becoming a phenom. People putting faith in you like you someone to lean on. Know you were hoping this was one of those happy theme songs, but it's not. It's how something could seem right but be wrong. But hey, I fight for free speech too. I paid everything on the line for it. How about you? You playing about Twitter? Okay, I hope that goes through, because then there's no more memes. It's about what you can do when you restore everyone's accounts. I'ma show you Alex Jones, all of the people that believed in Cuba, now they gone. People banned for saying things that fact checkers said was wrong, but ended up mainstream news. It was true all along. Hey Elon, got a few questions and that's it. Can be for free speech and have hate speech rules. You gotta pick. Are you still on the team of the elites, or have you switched? When you pitting first the people of AI, you gotta pick. Hey Elon, the people of AI, you gotta pick. Hey Elon, got a few questions and that's it. Hey Elon, it's the God of the world and you gon' pick. Hey Elon. Hey, Elon, I got some questions. Something ain't right. It's the way for years to have you giving yourself over to Christ. You so socialists is just trying to gain fans on the right, cause in the end, we gon' be the ones that's paying the price. Hey, Elon, what's up with Neuralink? Has anything changed? Are you still trying to put chips up in everyone's brains? I know the health benefits that you so quick to claim, but I heard you say it's the information we can obtain. Hey, Elon, that sound like great wonders to me. I righteously criticize you when people coming for me. I know you can change, and that's what I wanted to be, but I'm not the type to agree with somebody just to agree. That sound like Antichrist, sound like Revelation 13. Please explain to me how it's not exactly what it seems. And I'm willing to listen, Elon. I ain't trying to be mean, but it sounds like you trying to play like you the king of kings. You said that we should stop fighting AI and mix with it, and you said it on Joe Rogan podcast, it was explicit. I know, you think if we can beat them, then just get with it. I picked the people of America first, I'm like Nick with it. It's just my concern concerns, I hope you understand. I've seen Christians leave God just to put their faith in man. They're gonna say that God can use anybody for his plan to justify why you so desperate to get the upper hand. They lying. Nothing personal, I just care about the people. They lying. Either a hero or the villain. You good or you evil.
A song was banned and deleted or blocked off of Spotify today. It's a song called Safe Space off the Bryson Gray's new album.
The FBI has come to Bryson Gray's house and questioned him. Bryson Gray has been banned on Twitch. It's a permanent ban, and as he says, free speech doesn't exist.
Cracking a beer.
Magus most wanted, yeah, Magus most wanted,
Cheap beer. Natty.
Hey, they dump at me on Instagram. I'm still preaching the word of God and I ain't switching plans. I know people happy about it, probably many friends. Cause they hide from the world and I do not fear any man. Hey, let's get ready to rumble. I'm the lion, it's the jungle. God fearing and I'm humble. Gotta make sure I don't stumble. Gotta get me the ball so I make sure I don't fumble. Armor of God on block the haters like with tumble. How you happy? I got Bama stand for liberty. I know you need company with your misery. You think you scored a point on me, they think they ended me. But like I said, it's sense to me, I keep my same energy. LGBT is wicked, go to hell if you don't change. All the transformers too, you'll also see the flames. Conservative with the OnlyFans, you need to get shamed. Pro black conservatives reinvent themselves cause they was lame. They probably got bullied when they was growing up. They will act different when they see me cause they know what's up. But you reporting my page, how you trying to cope with what? I was in the streets for the movement, you wasn't showing up. They trying to do me like I'm Alex Jones. They trying to do me like I'm Alex Jones. They saying Bryson ain't do nothing wrong. They say I ain't do nothing
Gotta be careful what you're talking about
They trying to do me like I'm
nowadays.
Roger Stone. They trying to do me like I'm Roger Stone.
They don't have free speech in China.
Hey, but if you want war song, I guess if I was some of y'all, then I would hate too. I got a new Instagram, it's Bryson Creates too. I know they smile in my face, but they snakes too. I know that people start to envy when they hate you. But since the G, that's official. Not on the fence in the middle. Do it big, y'all be little. Y'all some sides, we ain't with you. You never get persecuted cause you never speak the real. Y'all don't do it for the movement, y'all just do it for the bills. FBI with me in jail and the left for me killing. Tifa put me on the healers. I ain't even got a deal. Y'all only outside when there's cameras. Y'all ain't really in the field. Y'all care about your careers and I know y'all trying to build. Alex Jones was right about it all. I have to go harder even though they want me to fall. They're saying Bryson calm down, don't hit the brakes at all. I'm boring, you forgot I'm willing to lose it all. They trying to do me like I'm Alex Jones. They trying to do me like I'm Alex Jones.
On gang. Alright. Alright, guys. So that's it for that song. Show is pretty much over except for the chill part of the show. So we're drinking on cheap beer. If you can see my table here, I got a Card Gamer's Wet Dream here. I'm surrounded by cards and sleeves and play mats and stuff because the other day was pre-release for the next set. So I had to get some boxes at pre-release and a bunch of packs from some online tournaments that I played in. And I've got to make videos for my other YouTube channel, my gaming YouTube channel, where I open all these boxes up. So we'll do that as soon as I get a day off of work. I can open these boxes up. Well, I don't think we're going to get any secret rares, but yeah, so spent a bunch of money at the pre-release for the new set, which happens like every 3 months. So we're drinking some cheap beer tonight. Just some natty. Just a little natty. Just a little natty action. But, yeah, so funny or interesting news story. Kurt Cobain's guitar. Where's my page at? Kurt Cobain's guitar that was used in Smells Like Teen Spirit is a left-handed guitar sold for... It was valued at like $800,000 or maybe even $80,000. It was valued pretty low. It sold for $4.5 million. That's wild. That's pretty crazy. $4.5 million for the guitar he used in the music video. It's a left-handed guitar. It's iconic. You know, I'm not like a huge Nirvana person. So I don't even know. I'm sure I've heard the song Smells Like Teen Spirit, but I couldn't tell you just from the title what the song even is. But yeah, his guitar sold for $4.5 million. And then another news story that I was going to cover last week that we have some developments in from this week. So Nancy Pelosi had her rights to communion taken away. She can't take communion from the Catholic Church in, was it San Diego? Whatever the diocese or the bishop in her area said she can't take communion. So she got all mad. She was all mad about it. She said that she can't take communion because of her stance on baby murder. She supports killing the babies in the womb. So, and the Catholic Church isn't supposed to stand for that. Although their current, what is he? The current pope. The current pope is kind of woke. I don't know if he's with abortion, but Joe Biden says he's Catholic and he's with abortion. And Pelosi says she's Catholic and she's with abortion. So they took her ability to have communion from the church away, which is hilarious. That's kind of based. I like that. I like whoever that bishop or whatever was. He's pretty based. That's pretty cool. But then new development. So that was like a week and a half ago. I should have talked about that in last show, but I forgot. But then this week we have developments. Nancy Pelosi's husband got a DUI yesterday. Hold on, I need to pull it up because I haven't even read the story. I just heard the story. But Pelosi's husband got a DUI, so it's almost like her world is crumbling around her, which is kind of nice. Pelosi's husband DUI. Nancy Pelosi's husband charged with DUI 20 hours ago. Came after California crash, driving under the influence. Pelosi's mega million husband could have saved something. Arrested on suspicion of DUI. Let's check out CNN. Because usually CNN doesn't give me a bunch of pop-up things. But they might this time. The only plus side of CNN, right? We got 3 people viewing. Who's in chat? What's up, everybody? How you doing? We're at the chill part of the stream. Let me know who's watching. Say hi. Drop a little comment. Uh-oh, looks like you're using an ad blocker. Well, no duh, CNN. All right, let's check this out. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband was arrested and charged with driving under the influence after being involved in a collision Saturday night. He got in an accident. Law enforcement officials said Paul Pelosi, 82 years old. Yo, you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be driving. You definitely shouldn't be drinking and driving at 82. Especially when your wife can't take communion because how she can't even get the blessings for you. Was arrested at 11:44 p.m. PT and charged with driving under the influence. They drink the baby's blood so they live forever. Because he doesn't even look that old. He looks kind of like Robert De Niro. He's looking like Robert De Niro. He don't even look that old. He's a spry 82. That's what happens when you suck the blood out of children. You're taking that adrenochrome action. TMZ was the first to report the rest. Facts. What up, TMZ? Pelosi was attempting to cross SR 29 in a Porsche when his Porsche was hit by a Jeep traveling northbound on the road. So doesn't identify either driver as being at fault in the crash. Yeah, but he was drunk. So I think he's at fault. Oh, bail was set at $5,000. He's a multimillionaire. He pisses $5,000. Yeah, so funny story. Nancy lost communion rights. Then her husband catches the hot DUI. That's funny. That's funny. So that's all the news we got, guys. What else has been going on? Oh, saw the preview for the new Jurassic World. Looks pretty good. I kind of like the Jurassic World movies. They're a good reboot of an old series. And it has its own personality, but you also see how it's themed after the old shows, and they're bringing back the original cast. They're bringing back, I don't know none of their names. David something, I don't know. the cast. They're bringing back all the 3 original cast members, the guy, the girl, and the other guy. But it looks pretty good movie, you know. Looks decent. What else? Lizard blood. What up, McGruff? Yep, the Pelosi's got that lizard blood. That's what happens when you drink the children. When you're sucking down that, when you're ripping out that pineal gland and you're making them blood rituals, you know, you can live forever, guys. You can live forever. Don't play. Don't play with it. You know. But has anything else cool happened? Like, I covered all the news. I guess some baseball player called a white baseball player called a black baseball player Jackie Robinson. And so he's a racist. That's funny. Oh, you know what else? Guys, conservatives shut down monkeypox. That's news. Boom. That's a news story right there. Conservatives completely destroyed monkeypox. Monkeypox came out, and all the conservatives, even not conservatives, even like the the middle of the road people. What's up, man? What's up, McGruff? Scruff McGruff in the house. Even the middle of the road people, the libertarians, even some slightly left people. As soon as they heard monkeypox, everybody joined together in hands, and I was very appreciative of it. We shut down monkeypox real quick. We shut down the information, the Ministry of Disinformation real quick. Like, people are over the BS. It's time for bad times. It's time for strong men. It's time for bad times to start making strong men. And it's time for the strong men to start making good times again. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, but we're going through the cycle. I just hope that we don't get so deep in our depravity that we totally crumble to China. The power grid going down, guys. That's what there's my little prophecy for the night. The power grid going down. China, Russia, America. America's going to bust our own power grid. And when the power grid goes down, when they tell everybody you have to drive electric cars, you can't drive your other cars no more. When they ban fossil fuel usage, our power grid can't handle it, and it collapses. And, I think about 70% of the population of America ain't going to make it when that happens. I was saying earlier about the only valuable jobs are farmers, hunters and gatherers, and mothers. Those are the 3 really only important jobs, because when the power grid goes down, your electrician training doesn't matter anymore. Your HVAC guy doesn't have a job anymore. Your plumber, when running water and power goes out, the plumbers don't matter. The dentists don't matter. The doctors don't matter. None of this matters. The only jobs that are really actually going to be important jobs are the people who know about foraging, the people who know about survival, the people who know about hunting, the people who know about gathering, the people who know about farming, the people who can grow crops, the people who can feed people, and the mothers who can take care of the children. So a lot of this stuff is superficial. A lot of it's not real. Your car, your house, your job, your cell phone, your information, your news. A lot of this stuff's superficial and really doesn't matter, because when the power grid goes out, we are not on an equal playing field. A lot of people are going to be desperately suffering, and it's going to be crazy. So why was I talking about that? I don't know. We're just talking. We're just going with the flow. So, but I'm not stressing it. I'm not worried. It's just a fact of life, Rejoice in your suffering. What is it? Suffering works as patience in your life. So just get ready, guys. It's going to be a rough one. Do we got anything funny to watch? James Klug been putting out content again. Maybe we'll check out a James Klug video. I like that guy. He's pretty cool. He does man on the street stuff. He's pretty based. Talking about trans swimmers. This is 3 days ago from James Klug. Talking about Black Lives Matter. We talked about this a little bit ago.
For our community. It's not. Bullshit
Hold on.
is what it is. BS.
What's going on, everyone?
Look, the dreaded,
James Klug
the
here,
dreaded black guy.
Black Lives Matter
Conservative.
organization finally
Hey, I'm back. Hello, everyone.
to the
Much
IRS
love,
after
Tupac
states
for life.
threatened them with legal
Holla if you
action.
hear me.
Finally revealed how BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors used charity
Patrisse!
funds to pay her friends and
Yo.
him large
Hey, what do we know
sums
about
for
Patrisse?
various
A fat black radical lesbian. Lord Colin B, what's up? Happy Memorial Day, Lord Colin B. You're late to the chat. You doing stuff with family? You on vacation? What's going on? What are you doing for Memorial Day? Happy Memorial Day, bro. My friend, Lord Colin B, up in chat. We're checking out James Klug. Talking about how BLM has 42 million in assets. There's like another 60 million totally missing from their 90 million.
consulting services, as well as much more. So I asked people if they still trusted the BLM
Patrisse
organization.
Cullors. Fat black radical lesbian. Patrisse. That's that girl, Patrisse. Hey. And none of that's ad hominem. That's literally, she identifies as all that. I'm just saying what she, well, except for the fat part. She doesn't call herself she doesn't call herself that. But she does identify as a black Marxist lesbian. So I'm good there. Here we go. Turn it up. Don't stop. My brother's on the block. Getting dropped by the cop. Still around for keeping the message underground. Phobia. Still fun around with the underground.
Before this information came out, but let's go see what they have to say now. And before we get started, you guys, huge shout out to American Hartford Gold for sponsoring this video.
I still fun around with the underground.
Black Lives Matter organization.
I support them.
Support it.
Of course, all the white people support it.
Like a great awareness going around.
Yeah.
And people are recognizing it. So,
But then the black people are like, no.
Everyone's getting recognized.
It's great. I mean, I feel like it's very beneficial.
Oh,
to
except
the
this guy.
community of minorities such as
But he
black
gay.
people and everything.
It's because
like
he's
that.
gay.
I want to know, do you guys support the Black Lives Matter organization?
Okay, maybe I was wrong.
kinda, yeah.
He like,
Do you support the Black
This guy's
Lives
based.
Matter organization?
Of course, he's got dreadlocks.
Man, this is gonna give me a lot of hot water. No.
Why kind of, yeah?
Because I need to know, like, ain't nothing
Keeping my
happening in the neighborhood, so, like,
massage
you support
underground
it, but why you
phobia.
putting it into it?
That's.
You need it in the neighborhoods.
Did I read it wrong?
Neighborhoods that really need 'em.
They take money
Keeping massage
from all those funds
on
that were
underground.
going on since people were, black people in general, African Americans in
Hard
general,
calling
are getting killed
from
over
talking
it, so
about what's up,
I'm
bro.
just gonna stay out of this one.
It's not really about
I don't know what
Black
you're talking
lives.
about,
It's
General
not. When
Savage.
you look up the history of that and how it founded, it's the LGBT community
Yep.
pushing its propaganda on other people.
Yep, listen. He just said it. And it's facts, dude. They had it in their mission statement when they first started. And then people came out, buy the largest BLM, burn, loot, murder, or buy biggest mansions. That's BBM. Buy largest mansions. Yeah, buy largest mansions. BLM, burn, loot, murder. I say black lesbian Marxists. BLM, black lesbian Marxist. It was a bad Google Translate. Oh yeah, General Savage. But wait, you said you're in Dade County, but then you said you're in another country. I don't quite understand. But yo, this guy's based. Listen,
Lives.
he knows
Now,
what's up.
When you look up the history of that and how it founded, it's the LGBT community pushing its propaganda on other people. And then they co-opted the Black Lives Matter movement. You guys do the history. Look it up.
Do you guys support the Black Lives Matter organization?
Spit some fat rhymes.
Do you support them? Yeah. You support them?
Yes, I do.
What do you think?
Every white guy in dreadlocks wearing a pride shirt
The
wants
reason
to
why
be a
I'm asking this, you
rapper.
guys, is
Come on,
because
spit some rhymes. Get us lit,
the
son.
Black Lives Matter organization, they just recently filed their 990 form with the IRS, right? So that's their charity
Black
form
lesbian
that they filed with the
mansions is good,
IRS.
too.
And the filing revealed that the
Patrisse Cullors, killing all the brothers, taking all the money from their baby mothers. Then she goes and buys a mansion for herself. She don't really care. She's keeping all the wealth. She be Patrisse Cullors, the lesbian Marxist. Coming through the hood, everyone starts shit. Coming in the hood and they looking for the guns, but they don't have the guns because they ran out of funds. And the police just took them. I just don't like the way dreadlocks look on white dudes, except maybe a few of them, like Zach Della Roca or something. Zach Della Roca, is he from Korn? Isn't that one of the guys from Korn? Isn't he dead? Didn't he die? One of the guys in Korn died, didn't they? And they had dreads. Okay. Well, that's nice. I mean, I don't know why you're judging. So there are certain guys that you do like the way that dreadlocks look on them? Because I mean, I just don't like the way dreadlocks look on white dudes. So what you're saying is you like other colored guys with dreadlocks. That's what you're telling me, basically. Rage. Oh, Rage Against the Machine? Okay. Yeah, the Korn guys have dreads, and I like them too. Yeah, I could be a metal rocker with the dreads, but luckily, fortunately, I'm not really worried about other guys finding me attractive or anything. But McGruff, I used to drive a route in Petaluma, California, and out in country. There they had a BLM compound. It's beautiful property with at least 20 acres. It was weird because that's a conservative area. Well, yeah, they're not going to move to the hood, McGruff. They're going to get the house in the nice area. That's part of the plan. That's why Obama lives in Martha's Vineyard. Obama doesn't live in Compton. He didn't go buy a mansion in Compton. He bought a mansion in Martha's Vineyard. Patrice Cullors has a mansion in Martha. Patrice Cullors has 3 mansions, and that's probably one of the compounds you're talking about, because she doesn't actually designate them as her home residence. They're BLM places, and Candace Owens went to the front door of one of them, and she was there. And she's like, this isn't my house. But she doesn't have a house, like, registered to her. Like, she lives at the organization house. Yeah, or maybe a girl with dreadlocks. I mean, I don't know. It has to be done right around, look like a goofball. I've seen some girls with dreadlocks that are cute. I would never like get with a girl with dreadlocks because it'd be just too much dreadlocks. But I don't like short hair on girls for sure. I think there's some girls that pull off dreadlocks and look cute, but I don't think I would get. It'd be too weird to be with a girl with dreadlocks. I've been bald since I was 12, LOL. Nice.
Co-founder Patrice Cullors had paid her friends and family pretty large sums of money. Brother got paid, $840,000 last year. Her baby daddy got paid $970,000. Organization bought a $6 million home in Los Angeles. They actually provided funds to BLM Canada for another $6 million mansion. I want to know, did you guys hear about that? Did you know about that stuff? Did you hear about any of that?
Not really, because
I'm England,
so
because I'm a Brit.
But of course, that's corruption.
Not really, because I'm a Brit, and I like to talk about American politics, even though I'm not a Polish, even though I'm not American.
I didn't know it was a charity. So
yeah,
I like to talk about how having the guns is wrong, bruv. The guns is wrong, bruv. How America has all the shooting. And as Brits, we gave up our guns. And you Americans whooped us, and now you think you can have all the guns, bruv.
They're a non-profit.
Let me go watch my telly.
A lot of non-profits do make money too, but I mean, that is wrong.
I'm talking to people about the Black Lives Matter organization today.
Look at this guy, Papa G, Papa Smurf up in this piece.
They're foolish.
Look at this guy. Yo, that suit is fire. The hat doesn't match the suit, but the hat is still kicking, y'all. Could you imagine if he had a white hat with a blue ribbon? Oh my gosh, this guy is a pimp on a blimp. Mark Dice always gets them. Mark Dice always gets them. I know who Mark Dice is. Mark Dice always gets them. I've seen a little Mark Dice. I don't.
And then they cut out.
All right, you guys. Quick word from our sponsor. Yes,
I don't care about your sponsor.
Years inflation to portfolio golden. They make it zero and
nope.
have 50. Call 88656. The BLM organization actually spent $6 million on a mansion in Los Angeles and provided funds to BLM Canada for another $6 million mansion.
Yeah, you guys hear that? Yeah, look that up because I heard that too. And this ain't just coming before
$6 million man spent $6 million on a mansion in Los Angeles and provided funds to BLM Canada for another $6 million mansion.
Yeah, you guys hear that? Yeah, look that up, because I heard that too. And this ain't just coming before. No, I'm not no anti-black, Uncle Tom either. That's not where my family come from. I come from a long...
Guys, Uncle Tom was based. Uncle Tom was the good guy. Uncle Tom was the good guy in that story, bro. Sambo is the bad guy.
Line activists and people that actually do work. So I don't want to hear none of that crap in the comments.
They always
well,
sell
her to
gold.
go ahead and get the money, buy homes and all that shit.
Yeah, we don't have the gold standard anymore. We have the petrodollar. So why aren't they advertising just buying gallons and gallons of oil?
Not help out nobody is really bad, because black lives do matter. So they're still killing are getting shot every day by the police.
Oh, whatever, brah. Whatever, brah. I don't want to hear about your imaginary police brutality.
Unarmed?
Unarmed.
Not unarmed.
Like 9.
I'm
like
not saying
9
all of them.
a
I
year.
got police friends, but I'm just saying they do that if they have to. Police are not supposed to be shooting.
James,
unarmed
see,
civilians.
but
That's a problem.
a lot of these guys who do these man on the street interviews, you have to have a lot of self-control, which I don't know. In these situations, I don't know if I could do it. Because I buy gas in Ziplocs now. Hey, just get you a drill and just go start drilling them tanks, bro. I heard that's what they're doing in Cali. In Cali, they're just rolling up, roll under the vehicle, shimmy under there, get some of that gas. Cheapest gas is still at Taco Bell. Hey, get you that bean burrito especial. You gonna know about gas. Okay. But what was I just saying? Oh, so yeah, so James Klug, he's very he's good at this because he's patient, and he doesn't ask leading questions. First off, that's something you don't want to do, and he doesn't let them know too much how biased he is. But sometimes he'll give a little pushback, and he stays very calm. Whereas me, I think if I was doing something like this, I would start either cracking up laughing, or I would just start roasting the person. I'd be like, yo, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong. This, and this is wrong. And this is this. And so you can't do that in these man on the street interviews unless you're trying to be reactionary, and you're trying to get people hyped up and get them angry, which I don't really like doing that. But it's better. I think you get better content when, as the interviewer, you stay nuanced and non-biased and calm and collected, and you don't really rebuttal them. You're not there to debate them. You're just there to ask them questions. But that would be tough for me.
Problem. But you got people.
I just want to talk
in
to
California,
this guy.
Where I was in Pasadena, and you got people blocking roads and all of that for people that don't support that. So you're in a state that's left-leaning, blocking traffic, and people that probably support your cause. But you're in the middle of traffic and people need to go to work blocking it. That's not how you do this.
They're still going to donate to you even if you block traffic and they can't get to work.
And to promote their agenda. And
Not
I have
you,
no
but
problem with
BLM.
LGBTQ, and do not make sure you play the whole thing. Don't cut this. Don't cut it. I would know.
No.
What are you going to do about it? That's like a threat. I will know. So, yeah, you
maybe
will
a
know.
left wing, or
But
there's
James
a
ain't gonna
political
do that.
agenda behind it, not about black lives.
Ultra leftist it's ultra leftist. It's just
Ultra MAGA.
It's a term we like to use, virtue signaling, and that's all it is. And it's just
Ultra MAGA in this
to
piece.
co-opt a ultra leftist agenda. You look it up. A lot of it is rooted.
I like that.
Communist Marxism.
So you guys think?
I like that. He took Biden's new phrase, which is ultra MAGA, which the conservatives are eating up. We love it. I'm definitely down with the ultra MAGA. Thank you, Biden. That's the most smartest thing Biden's ever said, is ultra MAGA. This ultra MAGA crowd is the most radical extreme group, dude. He hit it on the head. Biden killing it with that one. But that guy just used basically Biden's line and flipped it, and he called him ultra leftist. That's pretty based.
The organization, they kind of went for more of a payday than anything. Honestly.
Yes.
Patrice
Oh,
Cole's
he knew.
co-founder paid her brother.
See, he knew what was up, but they don't want to say it. They don't want to say
Her
it.
baby daddy got paid $970,000.
Because if they do, they get called Uncle Tom.
Taking care of her family because that's the way it is. She got the money coming in.
Biden has clarity about an hour a month.
This is my first time hearing it, and that's actually pretty wild.
After hearing that, I mean, do you trust the organization? Is my question, I guess.
I don't, honestly, I don't know.
Do you guys trust the organization is my question.
I know.
But how do you How do you trust an organization? Well, the question is, none of them. Nobody's gonna trust an organization. But why would you send them your money? Billions of dollars, millions, whatever.
Are questionable.
More money than I got.
BLM is not good for our community. It's not.
Facts.
Just look at the history. You got these fools taking your money and buying mansions with it. What have they done for the community?
Nothing.
I can see you paying people a salary.
Nothing.
Because everybody deserves to get paid
Nothing.
for the work they
Nothing.
do.
You ain't scary. Nothing.
Who's living in that mansion? You know, is it
On some
kids? Are you supporting these?
call him Dennis
Are you
Rodman.
teaching the younger kids? Okay, we're standing out here saying Black Lives Matter, and you know,
Sweet Chucky T-shirt. Yeah. Wanna? What's it say? Wanna play?
Giving them training on how to interact with the police.
I would think it would say wanna play.
They said it was for creating
Wanna play?
like content. Like a content house, basically.
A content house. Yo, they got a Logan Paul. Yo, all the people who donated to BLM while they were burning down cities and robbing local businesses and killing people and flipping over cars and lighting them on fire and throwing explosions and trying to burn down churches and, you know, all that stuff. The Summer of Love, remember, guys? All the money that was donated to them. Hold on, what did you just say? I just forgot my train of thought. What was I about to say?
Like content.
Oh, they made a Logan Paul house, guys. They're going to be the next freaking Impulsive. They got a content house. They built a content creation house with your Oh, God. I love this. I don't have to write anything. I don't have to be creative. All I have to do is read the news, and it's freaking hilarious. All I have to do is talk about what is happening in the world. BLM took all the donations, and they built a content creation house. Oh my God, the world is so retarded. Mostly peaceful riots. I can't, dude, I couldn't make this up. And the funny thing is, this isn't news to anybody who pays any attention. None of this is news to me. Okay, I've known this for 2 years. I've been saying this for 2 years. People have been getting mad, getting butthurt. And now it all comes out because they have to do their taxes. But you know what BLM's going to do? We've talked about this earlier. We're going to do a little quick coming full circle, yo. Jen Psaki would love this. We're circling back. You know what BLM needs to do, guys? They need to start a church. Because if they start a church, the church of the BLM, they don't have to pay taxes anymore. Therefore, they don't have to do their tax claims. And so nobody finds out that they're spending all the money on mansions and content creation houses and Porsches. And oh, my Lord. But, you know, they black and slow. They black and slow. They're not going to figure out that they could have just started a church instead of a charity. And then they wouldn't have had this problem. But they didn't think that far ahead. So just, you know, somebody smart is going to get into the organization and say, hey, why don't we make this a church so that we don't have to worry about this happening again? But anybody who's paying attention, anybody who's been paying attention at all has known this for 2 years. We've known it was a scam. We've known all the money was going to either Democrats or to fill the pockets of the organizers. Ridiculous. BLM in Africa is called the Black Liberation Movement. Same logo. The commie fist? Yeah, the commie fist. And you know what's crazy is if you walked around wearing a swastika on your t-shirt, people would be visibly upset. You might get attacked. You might get punched. You might get thrown out of businesses. But at the very minimum, everybody you walk by would be visibly distressed by you wearing a swastika on your t-shirt. But nobody cares when we have kids walking around in the streets, little skater kids wearing their mask, walking around in the street wearing a commie fist on their freaking shirt. The Black Lives Matter logo, which raised how many billions of dollars? Their logo is the commie fist. Communism killed large multiples more people than the Nazis ever did. But if you wore a swastika, you're gonna get shot. You're gonna go to a gulag. Somebody's gonna think you're crazy. But we can wear the commie fist wherever we go. We can put the commie fist on our bumper sticker. This fist, this black power fist, is communism. It's the symbol for communism. That, and then the gold star and the red plane, and people just rock it like it's cool. Joe Biden has a bust of, who does he have the bust of in the Oval Office? In the Oval Office, he has a bust of is it Che Guevara? Let me know in chat if you know. It's a communist. He's got a freaking communist, either the Venezuelan guy or a Cuban guy. He's got like I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but he's got a bust of it in the Oval Office. So it's like it's obvious. It's obvious what's happening. It's not hidden. It's not secret. You'll say something that's totally blatantly obvious, like Alex Stein and Cassidy Campbell are YouTube gold. Yeah, I love Cassidy Campbell. I've been watching Cassidy Campbell for a long time. And Alex Stein is entertaining. He's very entertaining. Right? So I'll say it off the rip. So I watch a lot of his content. He blew up fast. I respect that he was able to do that. He's very entertaining. But I don't know. I think he's kind of grifterish. I think he's trolling the right as much as he's trolling the left. So when he does the video of the crazy leftist radical guys, what makes you think that on his show he's not doing the same exact thing but for a far right guy? Or not, he's not even far right. So I think he definitely is against abortion. He's definitely against the whole transgender craziness that's going on. Biden has a Caesar. That's the one, Cesar Chavez. I think it's just the Cesar Chavez, not Che, because I didn't think it was Che Guevara, but I thought it was Cesar Chavez. That is who it is. But so here's the thing about Alex Stein. Super entertaining, but I've watched all of his debates. I love his content. It's funny. I love when he goes to the public things. The only thing he did that really made me mad is he was on an episode of Modern Day Debate, and the debate was over, and James, definitely entertaining, but definitely crazy. I don't know. The whole crazy thing might be an act, because I've seen him on Bravo Network from way back in the past, and he's a different guy. So I think it's all an act. I think he's a character. He's doing a character, and it's fine, and I'm okay with it. And it is a good thing. It brings it shines a light on some craziness in the world. I enjoy his 9/11 truther stuff, but yeah. And so anyway, on all the debates, all the stuff he's saying, like when he does his opening statements on the debates, he'll basically just play a YouTube video. And then his whole debate, he's just saying what he saw in the YouTube video, which is fine. I understand, we're not going to be have the original thoughts on everything, right? We're going to get a lot of stuff from videos and stuff, but he's not out there. How do I say this? He's not really like doing deep research. He'll play a YouTube video in the Modern Day Debate. And I've watched all of them. I've read his Santa is Satanic debate. I disagree with him on that one. Santa is, even though we're not going to go into all the different debates, but I'll just run through some of the ones. The Titanic wasn't actually sunk. It was an insurance scam. They sunk the Olympic. I totally agree with that, and I didn't know anything about that. And then once he started talking about it, and I looked into it, so he's like a gateway drug for conspiracy theorists, right? He gives you the opening, he gives you the basics, and then once you start looking into it, and you find out, oh my gosh, all this stuff is true, and it all makes sense. And so the Titanic didn't really sink. It was the Olympic. I agree with that. We didn't go to the moon. That's a one that I'm fairly recently had my mind changed on. All my life, I grew up thinking we went to the moon, but now I see more evidence that we didn't go to the moon than evidence that we did go to the moon, because all the evidence that we did go to the moon just disappeared. The telemetry data just gone. The old gear and equipment, the dune buggy they drove around, the golf clubs, it all was destroyed, and we can't rebuild it. So yeah, that's nonsense. He's playing a character. People think he's Tucker's son. Yeah, he's playing a character. But the screwed up thing he did was on Modern Day Debate. The debate was over. The person left early, and he removed this from his channel. It was on his channel, because if you search Alex Stein Modern Day Debate, you'll get a lot of Modern Day Debate videos. And those, James, the host, when he comes on, both the people there are debate, and then it ends. But Alex re-uploaded some of these to his Conspiracy Castle channel, and you see before and after the debate where he's just chatting with James in some of them. And so there's one where the guy he's debating leaves early, and him and James are chatting after the debate. And James says, check out my new soundboard that I just got. And he starts playing all the sounds on his soundboard, and it's all JLP sounds. Beta, amazing. What a mess. You know, all the stuff JLP says. James, the host of Modern Day Debate, is playing them. And Alex says, oh, I don't. Basically, what he said was, hey, did you know JLP is a blank, blank, blank? And basically proceeded to spread a rumor that is commonly spread. And the rumor is baseless. It's baseless. It's based off a freaking tweet, and somebody called and asked JLP about it, and his answer was very simple, very matter of fact. He said, I don't manage my Twitter. What are you even talking about? JLP's 70 years old. He doesn't manage his Twitter. He's not scrolling through Twitter. So basically one of JLP's employees probably did this either out of resentment or it was an accident. Didn't know that they were logged into the business account instead of their personal account. And something happened. And Alex Stein propagated this, and just matter-of-factly, and was just like, hey, did you know that JLP is blah, 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 blah? And then James was like, well, I don't know about that. And then Alex Stein starts going into the story that I just told, but in more detail. I'm not gonna go into details because I don't want to spread that rumor. I remember that the Twitter and Skip believes that some other a lot of people are spreading that rumor, and that's what Satan does when he's coming after somebody who's doing right. It's always, dude, they call Nick Fuentes gay. They call everybody. That's always the first thing they go to. And it's like, okay, if you're calling me a name that I really don't care, like, it's stupid. They're either going to call you homophobic or they're going to call you gay. And it's because they hate what you have to say. They don't want to hear it, and it hurts them to hear it. And I just didn't appreciate that he did that, that he said that, and that he was spreading that stupid rumor with no basis, with no research. It's just a rumor. It's gossip. You're gossiping about a good man behind his back. And then he went on the Fallen State. And when he went on the Fallen State, he could have redeemed some points for me, which, again, I'll tell you, I like his content. I still watch his content. I don't know him, so I really can't respect him or disrespect him because I don't know him. He's nobody to me. He's kind of like just an imaginary person that I see on the internet, you know? But he lost some points for me when he did that. And when he went on the Fallen State, if he would have addressed it, I would have had more respect for him. If he would have said something like, hey, Jesse, I heard this. Is it true? Then I would have had some more respect for him. But if you're not gonna talk about it to the person that it's, involving, you only talk about it behind their back. And now I can't find the clip. I tried to clip it. I tried to go back and find it and clip it to show it to you lords and ladies, but the video's gone. And I commented on it with a timestamp, so it shouldn't be too hard to find it for me, but I can't find it. So I'm pretty sure it was on Conspiracy Castle, so he was able to remove it. And and I can't find it. But that's my only gripe on him, is that he's a gossipy little bitch. But it is what it is. But yes, yeah, he is pretty. A lot of his stuff is pretty based. He's real new agey with the whole vibrational energy and stuff. I'm not a fan of all that stuff. The whole vibrational energy and stargazing and things like that. I'm not into all that, but he definitely fights for abortion and for the transgender things. He goes to the things and confronts the people, and I respect that. I just don't like when people gossip about, a good person, or the closest example we have of a good man. One of the best examples we have of a man on earth, and you're gonna say something like that nonchalantly, like it's just fact. Like, I just know this is fact with no evidence. I don't like that. But yeah, Titanic did not sink. The Olympics sunk. It was an insurance scam. We didn't go to the moon. You can't get through the Van Allen radiation belt. And Elon Musk and Obama have both said it. Both Elon Musk and Obama have come out and said that we never went to the moon. What else? The Santa is satanic one, I disagree with him. I would debate him on that. I understand where he's coming from, that a lot of our Christmas rituals are based in paganism, but Christmas is essentially the antithesis of paganism. We started Christmas to get rid of paganism. Now, we had to take some of their ceremonies and their traditions and incorporate them into this new Christian holiday so that it would appeal to people. And, I don't know if that's always a good thing, but it kind of worked, because now we have Christmas and people say, well, what's the value of Christmas to Christianity? The value of Christmas to Christianity is to teach the children. So, yes, I understand the whole Santa thing is lying to your kids and the gift giving thing, but that's not all necessary in Christmas. Christmas can be used as a memorable thing in children's lives to plant an idea into their head, to indoctrinate them into the proper doctrine, which is what parents should be doing to children. Parents should indoctrinate their kids into the right doctrine. Schools shouldn't be indoctrinating kids into the mess of the world. What else did Alex Stein talk about that I totally agree with? There's other ones. Yeah, I can just pull it up. But I don't have any animosity or dislike the guy. I just don't respect that. I think he should have said something. If you're going to say it publicly like that, and then you're going to go on the guy's show and you're going to remove the video where you said that about the guy whose show that you're getting on, you got no balls. Grow some balls. Ask the guy who you want to spread rumors about. Take it to their face. Bring it to their face. Don't quit talking behind people's backs who are bigger than you to try to get some attention. That's whack. That's the same thing Skip does. These guys in this Divine Order of Men, or whatever that stupid YouTube channel is, all these guys are whack. Jesse made them mad because he said some truth to them. I don't think yeah, I guess he could have apologized too. But the thing is, I don't think Jesse has any idea. I don't think anybody at the JLP network has any idea that Alex said this, because it was just a little 5-second clip in a modern debate, a 4-hour modern debate video. So for me to find this clip, I'd have to scrub through 20 hours of debates to find a little 5-second clip. And, so I don't think they have any idea. And maybe he didn't mean anything by it. Maybe he was joking. I just think it's kind of disrespectful to gossip about somebody like that, about something that you don't even know. And then when you talk to him, you don't say anything about it. But what were some of his other debates that were really good? Dinosaurs aren't real. Guys, dinosaurs aren't real. I don't know if I'm convinced on this one yet. But basically, the argument on this one is, yes, there were giant lizards. Yes, there were giant fish. Yes, there were giant mammals. We even have them written about in the Bible. We have Behemoth and Leviathan written about in the Bible, which was basically it could either be Behemoth could either be like a brontosaurus or a brachiosaurus or like a woolly man, but not a woolly mammoth. It'd be a brontosaurus or brachiosaurus because it talks about how his neck is like 3 cords of wood or something like that. And so we have giant reptilian creatures in the Bible. And then we have Leviathan, which is a water creature, which is like the Meg. So we know there were giant sharks and fish and giant squids and giant reptiles and giant birds. But the whole thing is the dinosaurs is just a name they gave to these fossils, and they'd find like one bone, and then they'd make a whole fake dinosaur out of this one bone, and they could tell you all these things about it based off one bone, and they'd recreate a skeleton. It's, I know paleontology is pretty in depth, and so that one, I don't know where I stand on that. I kind of get what he's saying, but it's kind of just semantics. It's kind of just wordplay. Basically, you're saying there are dinosaurs, but why don't we just call them big Komodo dragons? Why don't we just call it a big elephant? Why don't we just call it a giant lizard? Why do we have to give them these new names and then use it for Hollywood to make money off movies like Jurassic Park? Basically, is the argument. It's a semantics argument. What else? I'm gonna Google it real quick or YouTube him to see the other debates. But I couldn't find it. What was the one that was pretty good? Dinosaurs are fake. I think that's about it. There was one other interesting one. I don't know. I can't find any more, but those are the coolest ones. Fake dinosaurs, no moon landing, Titanic did not sink, and yeah, things about 9/11, but that stuff, everybody knows that now. Everybody knows about 9/11. Everybody knows about. So I like the kind of weird ones that you never heard before. I'd never heard about the Titanic thing, but then when I looked into it, I was like, dang, this makes a lot of sense. It's an insurance scam. They're trying to save money. So they sunk a different ship and called it the Titanic. Very, very believable. I don't believe in flat Earth. I think flat Earth is whack. I think it's really dumb. I think it was, I think flat Earth, sorry if Lord Grimm's still in here. Flat Earth was started as a troll. And so actually, this isn't anything I think. This is what I know. Flat Earth was started as a troll. It was started as a joke. And then, unfortunately, as is common with radical Christians, because a lot of radical religious people are very gullible, they found a few things in the Bible that support their idea of the flat Earth. And the same thing that happened with QAnon, the crazy people got involved. The crazy Christians, the crazy radical ones, the crazy Bible thumpers got involved. And now flat Earth is just a giant tool to make Christians look like idiots. And it's working because we're looking really dumb. If you're believing that, you're looking really dumb. You're looking really dumb because we have too much evidence that the world is round. We have people who have traveled around the world. There's no ice wall. We've explored the Antarctic. There's no ice wall down there. We have pictures from space. Low Earth orbit, of course, because we know we can't go through the Van Allen radiation belt. We know we haven't gone to the moon. We can send unmanned things to space, right? I believe that maybe we have something that's landed on Mars, a robot or something. I could believe that. But no manned space travel. But we can take pictures. We have satellites that have lasers on them. So you think that they can't take a picture of the world? We literally have billionaires who are flying up into low Earth orbit and coming down. It's entertainment. Yeah. No, but a lot of people believe it, dude. That's the problem. And if you're having fun with flat Earth, I get it. That's cool. That's funny. Moon landing? What moon landing? Ha! But I just not. there's a lot of people who are very serious about flat Earth, and I think it's being used to make Christians look dumb, honestly, and it's working. They'll take the Bible where they talk about the firmament, and they're so close, these flat Earth believers, because they'll say, well, the Bible mentions a firmament, a layer of water. So that means we have a dome. Our atmosphere is a dome of water. And they're right. The Bible does say that. And I agree. There was a firmament. The problem is they forget about the flood. So up until the flood, people lived like 800, 900 years. That's because it was like a utopia on Earth. There was no bad weather. There was no storms. There was no rain. There was the perfect humidity. We were in a terrarium. We were in a controlled, perfect terrarium because we had this firmament, this ball of water around us. And then when the flood happened, that was the firmament breaking. So all the water came down. When that happened, that populates the ocean, that puts water into different areas, that separates the nations, that separates Pangea. Now we have, the Tower of Babel happens, so everybody gets spread out across the world, and the firmament comes down. So there's no firmament no more. We have the atmosphere, we have the ozone layer, we have all those things. But yeah, so they're right, but then they take it a little too far. Moon landing, no moon landing, no flat Earth. It's hard to tell though who's joking and who's serious. I can't tell who the trolling flat earthers are and who the real flat earthers are. But I joined a flat Earth Facebook group, and I couldn't handle it. Dude, these guys are hardcore. I would try coming in and spitting some basic facts, some basic observable facts to prove the world is round. Very simple stuff, and they just go hard. Water doesn't curve. Water always seeks a level plane. Water doesn't curve. It's like, bro, have you ever seen a drop of water? Have you ever seen a wave in the ocean? Water curves all the time. What do you mean water doesn't curve? When you put water in a glass is round. The water curves. Water can curve. It's liquid. Like part of the word liquid means it can curve. Some of the flat Earth, dude. Flat Earth is crazy. But anyway, I can't be talking bad about Lord Grimm. He sent me a thing. But yeah, I can't tell who's serious and who's joking. What's up, Got Your Six? What do you think about the moon landing? Real? Fake? What do you think? But yeah, I think that's Moon Rage quit. Wait, MC Toon quit the debate, but this isn't James. This is the other thing. No, it's not that one. Really don't think about any of it until I think about it. Yeah, I know. I really don't care either. It's just interesting. But yeah, guys, we've been going a little over 3 hours. I think it's about time to stop the show. Thank everybody for dropping in. Lord Colin B, Got Your Six coming in at the end of the show. General Savage was up in chat. We had Lord Grimm. We had McGruff. Shofarax was here. Broski Bear. My boy Hunter jumped in the chat. We had who else? Lady Irma was here. Lord Luca wasn't able to make it because he is he's in Minnesota or something, or Michigan or something, doing something, but he's busy. But check out Lord Luca. Check out Lord Grimm's music. We had Derpy Gaming up in here. We had a bunch of other people. We had that one guy, Daniel or something, that was here for like 1 second. Yeah, so good show. Thank everybody for stopping by. Let's find a song to play us out real quick. We'll be heading out. Peace be easy. Thank you, Lord Colin B. See you, Got Your Six. Let's see. Find a song to play us out real quick. The right is becoming the left. My response. Let's do something from Line in the Sand. Bryson and Tyson, Line in the Sand. Play a little song out. I can't remember what the good ones are. Let's play this. No. Actually, I'm gonna play this one. Yeah. All right, guys, we're heading out. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. Chat. Thank you for the super chat, Lord Grimm. Hey.
They say on that
MAGA rapper, ain't no kappa, Bible thumping every chapter. For the chain snatchers. Like it was my hobby.
And they hate me cause I drive them crazy.
Call me Ricky Bobby. Hey.
No such thing as trans, you can't change genders. Are you crazy? You can cut your penis off, but you still can't have no baby. You can take testosterone pills, but you still can't produce semen.
Woo! Thank you guys. Got your 6 little Tom beef. I'll see everybody next week. Monday nights.
Then they come out that way green hair. Them degrees are overrated.
Wait.
Regardless of how overrated, look.
Hold on.
Produce semen. Welcome to gender studies class that y'all are taking for no reason. Send y'all kids to college just for them to be indoctrinated. Then they come out that way green hair. Them degrees are overrated. Look, I'm just being real. Regardless of how you feel, homeschool your kids.
I'll see you guys next week. 5 o'clock Pacific time.
Well, there's a reason
to riot.
Why should I pay taxes for people that
who ain't changing their diet?
Obesity the biggest killer, but that topic they're quiet. But wanna force me to wear a mask
because the Chinese virus.
Wait, mask off. Screw it,
mask off.
Y'all men grew up without father figures, and that's why
you soft.
Y'all worship your skin instead of God, and that's why you lost. But let me guess, you wanna be oppressed, but tell me at what cost instead of being civilized. We think it's cool to be ratchet. Women wanna be someone else. That's why their body is plastic. 20 pounds of makeup, fake lashes, fake
hair, and fake nails.
Just to impress all of these people, that's
probably fake as well.
Be yourself. The problem is too many people
lack common sense.
Hey, the problem is too many people lack common sense. Hey, the problem is too many people scared to say the truth. Hey, the problem is that's why there's trouble in our youth. Hey, y'all think it's cool to take drugs? It's popular to be depressed, so people have pity parties. Disguise it as mental health. Then go to a therapist instead of
happy last day of Mental Illness Recognition Month.
Pills, and so is everyone else. Bryson, that's hate speech. They say I'm that
MAGA rapper, ain't no kappa, Bible thumping every chapter. Bought a AR for the chain snatchers. Hey, like it was my hobby.
And they hate me cause I drive them crazy.
Call me Ricky Bobby. Hey, nice. All right, that's the end of the show, guys. Thanks again for stopping by. Next week, same time, same place, kicking the week off right. The Dreaded Conservative Show, Monday nights, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Come back next week, guys. Say what up. I'm in the Facebook group. Send me any local news stories you see that are interesting. And I'm out, guys. God bless America. God bless you all. Catch you later. Peace.